It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, this one not the off in mind. And in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. Political, this one not day off in mind. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, my ego don't come, my people make you shout, my ego don't come, my ego
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Glory Facebook, glory YouTube, Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from, even though we are starting late, just a few minutes late, okay? I promise that it's going to be a very, very fulfilled night, and we're going to have all our time tonight. It is an open mic. Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description as well. Like the broadcast, share it, okay? And then you can pick up your phone and contribute to the conversation too. It's an open mic.
Ani esunraki.
Yes, watching stories tonight. Read about black tax. If you haven't, you have been paying it anyway. You will know more tonight. People who have become entrapped in this black tax.
And yes,
They will listen to their story tonight, and they will learn from those who have been able to manage that and their finances and their lives.
President Barusi, and yes,
They just had an election in Liberia, by the way. Ironically, it was Nigeria that reinstated the democracy in that country. And guess who was the president of Nigeria at the time? Guess. Sonny Abacha. Mutide. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. Okay, this is Mayegun Live, and this is the Temple of Truth. And tonight, we are not going to talk much about politics per se, even though what we are going to discuss tonight is so related to politics. You can put it this way: the bad leadership, the crooked, the criminals in charge of Nigeria, ruining Nigeria, as we all know, directly or indirectly, knowingly or unknowingly, a lot of us have been funding, subsidizing their failure with the bills that have now become, even a burden to so many people. I don't know, maybe it just became a burden or not, but yeah, we are going to have that as our open mic tonight. However, we are going to stop by in Liberia, where they just had their own presidential elections. Now, the incumbent president, George Weah, is contesting with an opposition candidate, and the election was so tight. I mean, they knew how many voters they have, and 2.6 or 2.7 million voters are the registered voters in Liberia. So George Weah is their president, going for another term. Now, the election became so close that the electoral body of Liberia couldn't declare an outright winner because both of them didn't fulfill what is the constitutional requirement of Liberia. So they called for a rerun. And when you call for a rerun, you don't use, there's another technical part of that, which is it's called the second balloting. So around that time, you won't have to use the same rule, all the rules used in the first ballot. Then it's going to be the highest voter, the person who's got the highest number of votes. And that's a straightforward declaration. So they did that, and the guy defeated the current president with, I think it's about 2,700 votes in the whole country. And immediately, George Weah conceded, congratulated the winner, and there was no bloodshed, no noise, no any kind of court case or whatever anymore. Straightforward. So the ruiners of Nigeria have been sending congratulations to George Weah. According to them, it's so rare for the incumbent to concede defeat. Egbere Jolantan, that one's a badge of honor. That he quickly called Bokai and conceded defeat, even though it was still being rigged. He didn't want to go into all of this. I concede. And that is his badge of honor. So wherever there is any kind of democratic crisis in Africa, or they want to have election, rather, they will send him there as a peace convoy to go and show them that, listen, me, I handed over, I conceded, kind of. So he has also congratulated George Weah. Then Koolu too is sending congratulations by saying that, it is so rare in Africa for the incumbent to be defeated in an election and then conceded. That is an improvement on democracy in Africa. We are talking about the murderers, the slayer of the same democratic process. Okay, but I mean, you can tell the hypocrisy. So that's on Liberia. I told you it's just a quick stop. Tonight, I want to share with us, okay, the danger of black tax. A lot of us know this, but you probably don't really call it black tax. That's like a tag. Now, black tax is defined as, you see all those billings that are always there, that have become part of why you are either sort of overworking yourself in all those bills that are not yours. They are not of those who are of immediate family of yours. But I'm going to get to that anyway. So all those bills, every month, they are called black tax. You know, when Nigerians want to console themselves that Nigeria is still manageable and better than the life of those of us living abroad. When they want to console themselves, they will say, they may pretend they may pretend to have money. Which money? They are all suffering in that place because it is bills that take away all of our money. They are partially right, not totally. But yeah, partially right in the sense that if some of us actually sit down and calculate how much of the sort of unnecessary, I don't want to call them unnecessary, some of those bills that you have to pick up in Nigeria, for example, that you have to pick up, they are not part of your bill to sustain you where you are living, but they are actually like there. It's like a tax you have to pay, kind of, So at the end of the day, majority are left with next to nothing for themselves. But I'll come back to it because now that is the category where me I belong. But we'll come back to that. Black tax is simply sort of, described as the taxation that that comes to the black horse in the family, or the black sheep in the family. As Africans, who believe that we have been through a lot, we all have a lot to say. In some African families, they invested all they have on one person so that whenever you finally get there, it will become your responsibility to carry everyone along as well. So, when one person in a family becomes wealthy, as Africans, something people call, maybe some said it is culture, some said it is entitlement, some said no, it is both entitlement, culture, or another thing you might describe it as, right? So the moment one person becomes wealthy, The responsibilities of everyone, both immediate and extended family members, suddenly become theirs, and expectedly so. A lot didn't see anything really wrong in that, because it's like, if God bless you, your job is to now kind of try and help others to also get there. As beautiful as that sounds, from our own findings, these are those who have actually who have money now, okay? From their own personal experiences that they shared, they discovered that not only would you have to take all those responsibilities for everyone, okay? But some also goes as far as, instead of me giving you fish, giving you money, why don't I just set you up? So we've had people who have gone as far as investing millions on relatives, friends, and at the end of the day, some of them did not only regret this, some actually lost their lives or everything. That responsibility of, if you have to lift every member of the family, what do? You will be like, okay, I'm going to actually I want to settle every one of them. So we've had people who have suspended their own personal growth, took their personal resources in the mind of, I want to uplift my family members. Most of this ended up in so much regret that many didn't really recover from. Now, don't let me kind of make you confused here. I'm going to put it into three phases. There are those who believed that the only way for them to enjoy their wealth is to, I think they have a word for it, is to settle your brothers or settle your sisters or pick up their bills or here and there. Then at the end of the day, those investments will go down the drain. And then the family bond you wanted to build, doing all of that, is eventually broken, tattered, and yourself, you are left with serious mental health issue. Most of them that will either alienate yourself from that same family that you have dreamt so much to do in order for. So there is this guy, John Obi Mikel. I think is the one who ignited the fire for this conversation. But before then, I think on this platform too, I have had people who have repeatedly, in their own anger, said they are going to stop supporting people in Nigeria. I am going to stop this. I am going to stop that. Coming from the background of the different disappointment they have faced, as well as the people, the Nigerians, where we believe that everyone is actually looking forward to take advantage of you. So we've had people who have actually worked so hard, especially in the diaspora. Somebody like me, I also I am on this table too. I belong to that. So I don't know if it is culture now or so, but I belong to that generation who believes that if I make money, then the only way to end poverty in my family is to also what? Find somebody or as many as possible, invest on them, put that money on them and the rest of that. Sure you get? So there are so many people here, not too rich, but somehow with what they have managed to put together, they have been, I don't want to say sort of deceived. I want to say they have been sort of obliged. No, that's not the right word. They have been cajoled. I'll use that. There are many who have been cajoled to pack all their hard-earned money from here on adventure investments encouraged by the people they trust. And the trust come from where? From where everyone is coming from. Like, oh, I've got 20 million naira. What do you think I could do with that money? And then somebody in Nigeria who you really trust, and they will say, oh, yeah, you could do this. And at the end of the day, the whole 20 million naira is gone. And then people will tell you, oh, you were dealing with the wrong people and all that stuff. But your intention was, if you put 20 million down, and then you expect, this is an investment sort of now, my brother, oh, I'm going to put a 20 million naira down for this, your business, your idea. So, and I believe that it's going to yield a 10 million naira profit or what have you. I don't care about the 10 million. If the 10 million naira is going to set you up and get you going in that business, no problem. Just once you have your profits, send back the 20 million naira. Then at the end of the day, the 20 million naira, the 10 million profit, everything is gone. Then the family bond, the friendship, the brotherly, whatever it is, right? Everything broken. Then you are now left broken. Here you get. So that intention that you had in seeing that, okay, once you do this, that is you helping somebody in order to kind of take them out of, you know what I mean? What you believe that the hardship, that whatever you believe you suffered in the past. So let me go back to that Mikel Obi. So they said that for those who know Mikel very much, footballers are very, very, very kind of rich guys. And if you are a footballer from Africa, or let's say Nigeria, with different footballers that you kind of know yourselves and all these stories and their families and all that. So let's take this Mikel. So Mikel was very rich and probably still very, very rich. And like a typical African or Nigerian who has a background from where everyone is coming from, we all believe that we all pray that we want to make it someday, and be able to lift everyone in your family out of generational poverty, you know, that kind of money. Then you ask everyone, what would you like me to do for you? And everybody begin to say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to have this business. And if you are very rich, that is the kind of conversation you'll be having at every homecoming. For example, you live abroad and you are very all right and everybody knows, right? When you go back home, okay, you will be, all the conversation you'll be having, people will be having with you are completely, are just going to be majorly their problems. Those who wants to pay this or pay that, or those who want to start business, or those who want this or that, they are likely going to be those kind of homecoming conversation. But if you have so much money, where you believe that, where in Nigeria, where they just have to exchange the money with the exchange rates, so generally, people believe that how much is the money you would probably want to give to your family. But the best thing is to settle them and kind of, you know what I mean, support them. So this Mikel Obi, for those who know them very well in Jos, and knows his brothers and his parents, especially his dad, and their humble beginning and all that. And the moment he became a football star, first, he opened a studio for his brother, a music studio, okay? He opened a transportation business for his father, okay? And this transportation business wasn't just like any other transportation business. We are talking about a mass transit business, where it's kind of started that with over 50 buses. If you still Google that, you will see that's for his father, okay? I think he has a brother too, who was also playing football at the time, right? But apart from other extended member of his family who also got this, right? But he now said, despite all of this, like, everybody come now, and you're like, what would you like me to do for you? And this one says, so I want to start a business. A business. What kind of business? This, okay, yeah. Yeah. Take 50 million naira. Go and start your business. What about you? What do you want to do? Oh, here, take 20 million naira. Oh, here, you, take 50 million. Yeah, 10 million. This one. And then you believe that, oh, by the time you meet them next time, they will be talking about their businesses and how everything is going. And at that time, you can have a proper family conversation. But only for you to turn up next year. And everybody, all of them are back again. And guess what? They are back with the complaints that their businesses are are struggling. They need more money to fund that business. And because you've started it anyway, at least they are still doing the business for those who are still. How much do you need? Okay, take. Then it got to a stage whereby Mikel said, and many of us have suffered that too. I'm using Mikel because he's a rich guy. Sure, you get now, correct rich guys. Now, Mikel said, things got to a stage, apart from the fact that he's giving them money that way, right? But they still have to call for when they have, like, every now and then, regularly, like, sorry, I mean, my daughter, I couldn't, I've spent all my money on business. I need to pay the school fees of my daughter. Because they are Mikel's family, they have to send their children now to the best school, the most expensive of them. Remember, they have no real job other than what is given to them, okay? But despite all that, you still have to pay school fees. I'm talking about school fees whereby your annual salary and someone who is like extended, okay? Or else they are going to tell the media different stories. Now, he said he got to a stage whereby they hardly even ask if how is he doing? How is he? Like, how are you? Are you okay? How is everything? How is your own, how is your family? How is your career? They don't ask. Every message from them is to tell him, is to bill him. And he sat one day and he just calculated how much actually goes down that rabbit hole. And for the first time, he knew then that he was going to go bankrupt. And the moment he goes bankrupt, and he's no longer able to give them that same amount of money anymore, you see, everything is given to them. Everything will come back to nothing, to zero. And that's why I said there are people who are in that same epidemic, Mikel's shoes. Because immediately he dropped that statement, the typical entitled Nigerians, they started bombarding him. What is his problem? What is wrong with how much money? How can you come to the public and talk about your family like that? They are your family. You should be able to. And I know a lot of you are suffering that too. There are many of you watching me right now who are victims of this. At the point your own finances are struggling and you are also struggling to get things going, the same people that if you have actually, invested so much of your money to lift out of poverty, like we always believe that we can lift people out of poverty by giving them everything or setting them up and all of that. A lot of you are mostly these days on your own, okay? They hardly ask after your health. They hardly ask after your business or your job. They hardly ask about anything. Whenever their message comes through, it is to remind you that they are in problem. They need this or that. And there are people who are already having panic attack, who are living under panic. They can no longer share their winnings anymore on social media. You are not Mikel, but I believe that many of us have this. Even if you are living in Nigeria, there are those who are living in Nigeria who are also suffering from this black tax. So, and that's why I'm like, we're going to share our stories here, okay? I've had people who have shared much shocking stories too. So the bottom line is that if you have managed to sort of bridge it, how did you do it? How did you manage to put yourself back in order instead of running into debt and debt? I'm not saying that supporting your family should be. I mean, it's a problem. Oh, don't get it wrong. Oh, but what we are saying here is this: there are so many of us who have that mentality that, especially if you are abroad in the diaspora, we care so much about our people in Nigeria that we incur this black tax, and majority of us are suffering in silence. You can no longer pick up any calls. You are not supposed to be in debt because of yourself. Well, a lot of us are in so much debt, anxiety from the experience of trying to. Do you know what these billionaire Africans, you know what they said? They are like, if you, because giving is actually our nature or culture, it's always there that you always want to support, especially when you cannot watch your family suffer. Okay? So they asked these billionaires, one of them said, the moment he started tracking that he was going to end up as a failure in life if he should continue that culture, that mentality, was that in a year he made around 80,000 US dollars. Okay? And he discovered that he was unable to pay his tax, but he shared the money, he shared everything. Like, then the following year, he made around 200,000 US dollar that year. And he discovered that he was unable to pay his taxes as well because he shared everything. Then a year after that as well, the following year, he was doing fine, it's making money, especially when you are making money. It's coming in, from making 500,000 naira every month. You started making 1 million. Then from there, 5 million. Then 10 million. Then 20 million a month. Now you are actually like signing multi-million naira deals and all that. This is money, it's there. And then, you won't see it anyway, because around that time, that's like you have arrived. It's almost the same feeling. So he said, then he made half $1 million. And he spent everything that year. And then he made $1 million. Then he made $1,500,000. That's a lot of money, Abi. He didn't pay any tax. He shared the money. To who? To different members of his family, childhood friends, and the rest of. And you see, there is nothing. It is so great to help people and support them when they are indeed, you know what I mean, like productive. I am 100% in support of supporting people, member of your family, friends, and every other people that you think you have affinity to. It's great to do all of that. But you know what this guy now said? He made so much money. That was a lot of money. But number one, his life, his personal life, wasn't really anything to write home about. You can feel like he's making money, but at the same time, he has no track of that money. So what happened? Starting from immediate family members, because they will know when you begin to make money. Everybody will know, So starting with the immediate family members, and according to him, with what they suffered, the kind of poverty they experienced, the ideal thing is once you make it, you must what? You must lift others up. But the problem is, a lot of us have been doing it wrongly. Instead of lifting other people up, we have been allowing them to drag us down and drag us down until we can no longer have that boss making money, because money is something that requires a consistency and at the same time proper management, because the moment it is no longer there, Baba, it won't be there. And that's when they said, lean on me, lean on me. So lean on me, lean on me. Nobody say make you press me die. So he said he was giving the money to them as they were coming. This one wanted money for mortgage. Oh yeah, I could give you that. Oh, that one could no longer pay their this or that. Oh yeah, I'll take that up. Then he puts majority of them on monthly allocation, monthly salaries. I have people I put on monthly allowances myself. Here you get. There's nothing wrong in them. Nothing. Here you get. But he was sharing his money, thinking giving them more and more. We eventually sought them and they will stop coming to ask. So when he realized that he was actually losing his ground and it will be a matter of time before he will become poor, what did he do? He made a resolution. And that resolution is that, of course, I have money, but I don't have that one that is always going to be your ATM that you can always make a withdrawal from. But this is the deal. If I ask you, what do you want to do with your life? And you tell me, this is what you want to do, this is how you want to go about it. And I realize that what is the monetary value of what you want to do? And you say, well, it's going to be this. Now, from my own side, let's say you have a family member that requires 100 naira to get them on track. Okay? And what you can really give is 50 naira, half of it. Now, you can easily just make it very clear. Listen, I am going to give you this 50 naira. I don't have 100 naira. Okay? But I'm going to give you this 50 naira. And you will never, ever come back to me for money again. I hope that is clear. They said if you try this, for those who have that kind of surplus, right, you are going to be saving yourselves about 70% of the trauma. The one that gives you that guilty, that guilty feeling that you owe people or you owe people around you. That was what that guy said. He said, now, how did I handle mine? Let me tell you mine before I start taking calls. Like I said, it's going to be an open mic. Open mic is that I want you to tell us your story. All right? There are people who need to hear them. Okay? How are you dealing with your own black tax? How did you recover or manage the kind of a black taxation that have become choking, that you have almost lost your mind simply because you are trying to help other people that you felt like needed to be helped. So how did I manage mine? There was a time in this place that I could say I was living from hand to mouth. I wasn't hungry. I wasn't by any means homeless. I didn't need much to live. Even my family here, they didn't actually need much. My family back in Nigeria, they also didn't need much per se until now anyway. Sure you get, I wasn't making much myself. But I ignorantly, let me put that way. I wanted to say accidentally, but no, it's not by accident. Ignorantly started connecting my former experience living in Nigeria. I started connecting that with everyone that is my friend on social media living in Nigeria. So, what do I mean by that? After leaving Nigeria and having friends on social media who send, we kind of communicate and interact and all that. And back then, I sort of, ignorantly would ask people, a long time, I've not heard from you. How are you? How is everything? At the moment you ask Nigerians that, how is everything? Just to make sure that you have something to give for the answer they are going to give to you. But ignorant me, I will be engaging in conversations like that, and I will be incurring debt. That means I will be borrowing money to send to people who, to me, when they said they are almost as I won't lie to you, I have not heard since 2 days. I'm telling you, as I have been, the people that will kind of make you feel so sad for them, even though you don't have the money, but you still feel like, even if I don't have it now, I will have the money at the end of the month, or I will have the money next week. Let me see somebody who can borrow me the money. So at the end of the month, I will be paying debt that I didn't incur for myself or any member of my family per se. So I was so drenched in it that it became concerning. When I will sit down and I'll be thinking of how much I am currently owing. The random people I have called to help me give this or that money. Yeah? I mean, people will be calling me that, Mayegu, I hope you haven't forgotten your promise. Sorry, brother. Sorry, sir. I hope you've not forgotten your promise. I just thought I should remind you. God will bless you, sir. That was my life. That was the story of my life. Then one day, something happened. It wasn't one day. It was 2019. So in 2019, then I've started Mayegun's Diary Political a while back anyway. So by 2019, I was expecting those that I have built relationship with like that, who have kind of known that I frown so much at the criminality going on in Nigeria, and I have not hidden that. So I was expecting them to kind of be the loudest against the establishment, but they weren't. Not only that they were the pro status quo in Nigeria, they came for me. I mean, those I paid their school fees, hospital bills, money for this, money for that I can't even say, that I ran into debt for secretly. I will be kind of calculating my losses behind the scene. I watched them jumping up and down for the same criminals who made life hell for them. That was my first baptismal of fire, and that was the moment I told myself, if I don't have it, I will never put myself in that situation anymore. I will never put my family in that situation anymore. You know, a situation whereby you are in debt and every other things that I have to kind of use my money for here. For my family, I will use them paying debt for people I don't even know, random people here and there. So I now discovered that it was pure sort of a foolishness. Okay, this is my own experience now. So to manage it, what I did was to make sure that I decided to start taking stock of my expenses. And I discovered that in a single month, I am actually sending extra 400 pounds to just random people in a single month. And I don't think I was making up to 1,500 pounds every month that time. I don't think so. So that was why I was always like running short. Extra 400 pounds. So what did I do? I started cutting it down like, okay, first, it's not going to be 400 anymore. Any excess that is beyond 100 pounds, I am no longer for it. Not that I won't give. Still giving. But when I have the threshold of how much I have, the moment it is gone, it is gone. And I started I started having a full better control over my own finances. This is me now, Mayegu. So now that I actually make very good money, no doubt, I am no longer in that rabbit hole. Because it doesn't matter how much money you are making, whether it is little or big. The moment you walk about with that guilty mentality, the mentality that makes you feel like you owe a lot of people so much, even when you are already losing all you have. There are those who found out late, and there are those who managed to find this out early, and they have been in control since. They are not so rich, sure you get. But all of it are not just gloom, 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 gloom. Listen to this, there are those who have very, very, very good stories to tell you. They will tell you, listen, my brother, the greatest and the biggest thing I have ever done in my life was the fact that I was able to change the lives of my this, that. Not by giving them money alone. It is by actually showing them how to make that money. And I have no regrets. There are people like that will tell you that. They will tell you that, you know, they've are what they are today. Because the idea was to make sure that not just their brothers or their sisters or family members are uplifted, including their friends, and they have no single regrets. We want to hear your own story too, because we know it is called the black tax. And the black tax is actually, the point here is that black tax is destroying so many black lives. There are many people living in that bondage today. Okay? I mean, what did you do? What did you do wrong? You promised to fund somebody's, some people's life, right? And it's becoming more like you can't anymore. But here you are. You can't let them even know that you are still alive. Some people are living in a way that they don't even want their family members to know that they are still alive, or where they are living. They don't even want them to know anything about them anymore. Why? When they share their story, you'll just be like, So tonight, the number to call is right there on your screen. I wasn't expecting a lot of us tonight, because it's going to be like conversational, open mic. It's called. Okay. So if you have any of this to share with us, all you have to do is just, something. Prepare your, prepare your story. You don't really have to tell us your name. You don't even have to. And I want to assure you that this is a very, very safe place or safe space where you can, because we want to see what this black tax of a thing means to you, and how are you managing it? Okay, how is your family surviving it? What makes you feel for the first time that if you don't control this your messianic mentality, you want to save this, you want to save that, you may lose your life or lose everything you have. When did that come to you? Or here, I think I have a caller, by the way. I have a caller whose network is currently not connecting, so I'm going to ask you to please call back. Okay, that number seems to be calling from Nigeria, by the way. So if you are that person, somehow your network is it's not it's not picking up. Now what you have is that you don't really have to faragun per se. Okay, share your story, your experience, and even if you are currently still experiencing it and you don't know how to get out of it, call in, share that with us. Somebody is going to pick up on your story as well, and you are going to be saving lives because you are not alone. I have somebody on the line. Hello there.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
I am very well. Is that Air Force One or so? Good. Sorry, I was going to keep it anonymous. I don't really want people to say their name if they don't want to, but I just couldn't help it when I heard your voice. So, the conversation tonight, you have heard me if you have started with us earlier, right? And it is about the
I saw that.
We want you to tell us and share your own experience as brief as you can.
Yes.
Share you get. And then, yes, over to you.
Okay, so I think my story, when I left Nigeria, I was in nursing school. I think I was going to year 2 when I won lottery and I came over here to US. So, but back then, being the firstborn of the family, too much responsibilities. In fact, I told my mom when I was leaving, I said, I'm just going for them. I'm going for the family. I didn't even know what I was saying back then. So I got in here for the past, maybe roughly since 2007 till 2014 or 2015. I lived my life for them, as in everything I had. I don't have shingna, I didn't have anything.
So what do you mean by you lived your life for them? So what were the things that, like the abuse or just describe that, yeah.
So back then, so that time I have a couple of sisters in university, so I fund their bills, pay their tuitions, accommodations every year till they graduate from the universities.
Right.
Then including my parents. But at some point I bought a car here. It's a luxurious car that I bought it here, and the purpose was for me to send it to them and they sell the car and use that money to continue to fund their education for those last 2 sisters that I had. So I did that for them. And this time that I'm doing that, sending, for you to buy a car here back then and send it over to for that purpose. My colleagues here, they were sending it for business purpose, that they will sell it, bring back their money and buy another one. So, but at the end of the day, to cut the long story short, I had to move from that state I was living to another state. And when you move and you relocated, it's like you are starting all over again. So I came there, started, this time around 2015, I got married. So, no, 16, I got married. So it was my wife and I that we moved. So we moved to where we are right now, started our life all over again. So I was in a very financial constraint that, I can't do or even give anyone anything like before. Okay. Now, but you will hope that people you've been doing stuff for before that period, they should understand.
In fact, what I'm going to try to ask again here, I mean, what I'm going to ask you quickly is this. You spent 7 years, which means every extra money after all your bills to care for your family and as expected, right? 7 years after, that was like you now having to start your own life all over again.
All over again. In fact, when I met
you want to say something about the financial constraints, because now you have your own family now, immediate family.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So what now makes you feel like? What now make you feel like more? So the whole 7 years that I did back then is almost like nothing now, since I can no longer do it anymore. Do you feel like that? What
in fact, in fact, I was like to them, I haven't done anything.
Is that
not even I was like to them. In fact, one of them told someone that I know very well. That's what have I done for them? I haven't done anything for them. And so right there, that minute, I had to change my mindset. Like, you know what? I need to live for myself, because when I other than probably having a job and getting paid every 2 weeks, I don't have a car. Savings, babu, nothing. I don't have when I met my wife. I don't.
So all your 7 years labor, you couldn't really have anything to show for it yourself, other than to say, I helped my family, I invested on them. But personally, you couldn't have, you don't have anything to show for it, you mean?
I don't. Anything to show for myself at that period of time. I don't have anything to show for myself. And I was thinking, like I've sacrificed a lot for them. They should understand that little period when financially I am not myself. And so that is when I even hear all sort manner of stories. In fact, there was a day they called me like a meeting, trying to tell me how much I make per pay period. That is every 2 weeks.
You have to tell them how much you're making.
That if I make this much of money, why can't I be giving them certain amount? And I knew right there that, oh boy, you need to change your, not like.
You have to start thinking about yourself now, or else.
Oh yeah. Because if anything should happen, I just send me back to that place that I came from.
So now, let me ask you this final one before I take another call, okay? So from that 2016 to 2023, right? Now that you have cut down your black tax, have you been able to see the difference yourself? Like you can say, well, this is me now, like in all honesty, compared to then.
I have, even though I should have even been in a better place, but still, I thank God that what I've accumulated is even far better. Far better than back then. So,
do you personally believe now, from your own experience, do you personally believe the mentality of us saying we want to lift our family out of poverty the way we normally think it? Do you still believe that is practicable in this?
Sir, see, it is. I would say, if someone would do that,
can any individual lift anybody out of poverty?
Yeah. For example, now, let me. When you started the story today of Mikel, I didn't know anything like that. I don't know, maybe it's going through anything. I'm just hearing it for the first time from you. But my thing is, somebody like Mikel, we know that one is rich anyways. But even for him to do that much that he did, and everything still turned out to be that way, I would just boycott those families and be on my own.
Some people said that too. But I'll take another one. Let's hear from others, Baba.
I will, Baba.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Okay. So the line is still there. Just dial it. It's on your screen. That one that is scrolling there, okay? Share your own experience. We have a very long night tonight. Yeah, don't mind. Hello.
Hello, Mayegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I can't believe I can't believe I got you today.
I mean, there's always going to be a first time, and guess it's
Right,
not that busy yet. So
right.
So we are sharing our experiences when it comes to the black tax, and then good or bad, we want you to, tell us your own experience.
Yeah, I was so excited when you bring up this topic yesterday, and I said I'm going to try all my possible best to, because I've not spoken out. I'm still feeling the pain in my heart. Like every day, I feel the pain.
So
but
sorry.
I don't know who
Please
to
share.
expect.
I mean, you can keep names out of it, by the way, just so you know, okay? But because of what it is, you know what I discovered as well, sir, right? I discovered that if we could have an extensive conversation around this, a lot of people are going to get so much therapy about their experience just watching this tonight. A lot of people are going to get so much relief.
Right.
So I want to hear you if you don't mind, Baba.
Yes. Okay. It goes like this. I went to Ogun State University. I even lived in Ijebu. So whenever you say Ijebu, I like, God damn, I lived in Ijebu. I lived in
where I lived. You actually, go, Baba.
Yeah, that's what you understand. So when I left Nigeria, that was in 2014. It was horrible for my family. I lost my mom when I was in school. And my mom was like the breadwinner of the family. And we lost her so bad on breast cancer. And it was terrible for me.
Really sorry.
And cut the story short, I left. And I know how horrible it was when I left. So all my mind was like, let me come up here and anything I can gather, I will make sure that nobody suffers no more.
We all love that.
Nobody, because the kind of suffering that we went to, I can see it. I still see it in my father's eyes every day when I was in America. So after 2 years that I came to America, I was lucky enough and I made some money, and I was lucky enough. I got a good job.
Right.
And my father started, because when I was back in Nigeria, we had a business that we do, the haulage business, like transportation.
Right.
So my father started that. There's this transportation that we had to get into. I said, Daddy, are you sure that this transportation is good? Yeah, I was convinced. Everybody convinced me.
At least from experience.
My ego.
Papa.
My ego.
Papa.
I had like $30,000 in my account.
Wow. In 2 years of being in the US, I can only imagine how kind of thrift you have been to save such money. Go on, Baba.
God. I was everywhere. I was everywhere, and I pulled out 20,000. I'm talking about 2016, when money was still like $400 to change a dollar, 400 naira to change a dollar. I pulled out 20,000. I bought like 3 luxurious buses.
Wow.
And after the 3 luxurious buses, 3 is still small. Let's buy like 2 more and all that. And I went ahead. The one that like made me understand that what I was putting myself into was nothing is this. My people bought a luxurious bus without no engine, no tires, just regular, nothing inside. Almost 10 million naira, and then fix it with almost 5 to 6 million naira. That's when I knew I was in trouble.
They were started building cars for you. They started building the luxurious buses.
It was terrible.
Oh my goodness.
Apart from that, I have siblings that, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
I give them money. And the funnest part is that when you give them money, Nobody talks to you. I will call and say, show me that thing that I gave you money to do. They won't pick my call no more. Some of them are running away from call. I started a restaurant for my sister, which I spent close to 7 million naira. Till today, she don't talk to me no more because I was asking for the money, and I was like, because I started it in August, in October. By November, they closed down the restaurants and told me that there's no more market. I'm telling you, when I was doing this, I was still paying his children's school fees. I paid from their high school, from the beginning of their high school till they even take WAEC, NECO, I was paying. Paying that money is sometimes when I pay, my sister don't pay the school fees. He will eat the school fees, and the school start calling me themselves. And then I will ask somebody else to help me pay. So let's go back to the business. So this business was up and running for 2 years. I was here. So I decided to go home 2021, yeah.
After COVID.
I said, after COVID. I wanted to go before COVID, but COVID came and I had to cancel because there was no movement. And after COVID, I went home. I opened a company's account. Everything fixed. And I called. I said, okay, put the money that you guys have made for the past 4 years of this business. What I saw in the account was 220,000 naira.
Jesus Christ. All investment gone down the drain here now.
I was confused. For a whole year, I was confused.
Oh my God.
I don't know where to start from.
So going back to the US, it's like going back empty-handed, outbroken, and all that.
Till today, I've not recovered because I have so many things that I like. Let's say every month now, I run a credit of close to like 1,600 apart from my bill. Just because I was fortunate that I had a job in a bank, so I have a way to borrow money.
And just because pay back with from your earnings again,
with my yes, and I don't have to. They had to take it out from my earnings every month.
Yeah.
So now I'm indebted to the bank. I cannot move to anywhere. I have to stay there to make sure I pay up the debt.
All of that before you can do anything again. God damn it. Do you know that this story you just shared right now, I can promise you this. More than half of those who are watching us right now are possibly suffering the same, just exact same. Now, going back to where your first dream, when you landed in the US, nobody in my family will suffer again. And it was an opportunity to say, I want to build a very stronger, closer, healthier family with my siblings. Now, 2016 to 2023, 7 years, see all that has happened. If somebody now asks you, how far with that dream? How far with that your dream?
I would not. Let me break your heart.
Quickly.
You know that family now. My dad that I started with that business with, I still feed him every month. I still pay him alawi every month. That business was dead and buried. I decided to sell all the trucks that we had that I bought. You know, Nigeria. Once you put that thing out, they tell you that it's crap. It's crap.
Even the person that built it for you, that will tell you that if they built them from Germany, they cannot be better than this. If that same person, you go back to him and say, come and buy this thing you built, he will tell you, we cannot buy. You see, I cannot pay you money. Say, but you are the one who built it now. Say, no,
we will not pay you the money back. Most of them will sell like 800K. Some of them will sell like 1 million. That you cannot even think about it. I was crying every day, like I was confused. And the funniest part is that to break your heart, I did not make a mention of this to my wife. It was when he messed up. That's when my family got involved. Till today that I am, my wife don't have that trust in me with anything about how to invest money. When I talk about it, she like, no, don't even go there.
No.
Because it's waste. It's waste. Baba,
I'm so sorry, man.
It is waste. I got to the
because as you are talking here right now, somebody is packing his bag right now in Nigeria. The family is telling him bye-bye. And we are counting on you. We are praying for you. He's dreaming to land in America tomorrow morning, okay? And get his job. And within 6 months, begin to take that family out of poverty. They are watching and listening to you. That's why I said, share your story, Baba.
Oh, no. I won't. See, every day I still get mad. Every day I wake up, I get mad. But there's nothing I can do about it.
There's nothing you can do about it anymore.
There's nothing, because
but the PTSD,
it's too close.
The heartbreak, the disappointment.
He will never fade away. He has never faded away, because I'm still telling you that till now, I'm still paying the debt. I have to pay the debt and also run my own family down here. And people are still there telling you that Baba, you didn't do anything for me. What did you even do for me? How much did you even give me? You understand?
That's what they are saying now. Some of them are because you are no longer saying take anymore. So all of that's gone. What are their current well, you've told me your sister doesn't even talk to you anymore.
Till now, for more than 2 years now, because she don't want to explain to me how did the 7 million naira that I used to open a restaurant, how did it go? We're not talking about 7 million of this
time.
We're talking about
it's like talking about it's like talking about 35 million, 40 million of this time. This value of this time.
Wire. That's what they did to me. Wire. Before I know it, it be like saying now they put Chocomilo for my eye. I cannot see no more.
They no put Chocomilo, Baba. You told yourself. Baba, and it was a great dream. If I get to US, waiting my family and my eye don't see for this country. Baba God, if I enter this country, I swear to God, nobody go see that thing again in my family. You are not wrong. It's called black tax.
I wanted to set up the business. I wanted to put down that business for everybody to survive.
We all have that same aspiration.
They form my heart. They scatter my mind. Like now, to even give anybody, I see, I mean, they call me now Mr. Blocker. They block Shege. You call me one time, you will not receive, you will not get me again.
Rightly
you call me one time, you will not get me again.
Rightly
There's no need. There is no need. It was a flop.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
It is heartbreaking.
I know. Thank you so much for sharing, by the way. Thank you so much.
I'm so happy. I'm happy that I talked to you today.
I mean, you feel better too. I'm glad that one thing now is that you have handled it. Now you know better. It now means that if you have to help anybody at all, like you said, right, they will have to come from a place of convenience now, not a place of emotion, family, blood, or this or that anymore.
No more.
Baba. Stay safe. Say me well to
Thank
Madam
you so
too.
much.
Nice one.
I will.
Baba.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. When people share their own experience, you sit down there and you'll be like, if I tell them my own story, pick up the phone and call us in and share this. A lot of people who are in these same shoes are watching, and I bet you have no idea of people say how much people you are actually, or how many people you are actually helping by sharing. And even if it's good one too, share with us. It's not always going to be dark gloom. I have a call, I think. Hello.
Maigon.
Sir.
Thank you. As you cannot thank enough.
Thank you, sir.
If we all talk about what what Aja have done to every single one of us in this country is ridiculous. So everybody will share their experience and we just look at it. Do we still need to be putting our money in that country? You know, because we all have this mindset of, okay, let me help the little one I can help. Just elevate them a little bit.
Yes.
Do you know when I got to this country, 2009?
Wow.
I was lucky to get a job at the telecommunication place where they refurbish a cell phone.
Oh.
The money I was making then,
Baba.
I can only pay my bill. I can't even send them money. You know, so I only did that job for only 3 months, my ego. Do you know what I eventually did? With all my certificate and everything, I have to drop that certificate. When my family at home was calling that we need help now, this is all our expectation from you now. Do you know I had to end up driving a taxi in the city of Tennessee
just to meet up the black tax that you couldn't fulfill?
Meet up with them. You know, I couldn't know where to start from. So I was like, what can I do for me to meet up, pay my bills, live a better life here, and help these people? You know, I used to have an office in a computer village before I moved down here.
Right.
I computer in UK, send the computers to them in the office because I have guys, we used to run the business together.
Right.
Do you know when I use my own money now to buy computer, send it to them? When they sell it, they take their own cut. I take my own capital, I use it making the money. Business. These people will sell the computer. They will send the money back to UK. Use my own money to do business like 3 or 4 times before the money get back to me. I was not in the Ikeja. I was paying rent, paying light bill, paying security.
For those who are using the office. And you're also using your own money from the one you made from the US, right?
Own money
to run
the business.
Okay, I'm with you.
You know, so all this now, when you get to a point, along for they did that business almost 27 million naira.
Wow.
They did not settle the other guy. Then that was the guy that called me. Muguni MB by you want confession Muguni won't send the way to UK but I love for our computer to send the NEO. You know, I was shocking. Next available flight, Morero Delta Airline. Nimora. I flew to Nigeria 3 days later. I went down there. I can see it myself. So you guys been lying to me all this while. I was thinking I was helping you guys. That was by the way. My immediate brother himself, I put that man on allowance every single month for the past 15 years. That man is sick. I was paying his hospital bill. I thought I was doing a favor by sending money to him. Okay, this is for your hospital bill, this for this, this for that. Do you know for all straight year, the man did not go to the hospital?
And he was collecting
even the money I was
medical allowance.
Even the money I was giving to him now to take care of himself, he merged together with the money I was giving to him for upkeeping. He said, well, I just figured out it's just a normal money. I mean, so when he got sick, when his sickness get deteriorated now, it was also admitted to the hospital. But if this guy was taking care of himself, why did they have to admit him in the hospital?
It won't pile up like that, okay?
It won't pile up. That was the reason why we did that. You know, at the end of the day, we come back together and he apologized. And I told him, well, I'm sorry. What I can do to you now, look for a business that you can do. I don't want to keep giving you money anymore. Let me just invest in you so we don't have to do that. Do you know I send money to my brother, Maegu? Not just ordinary money, a substantial amount of money to go to start up a business. Do you know my brother took 10% out of that money to go and give to his pastor?
Your money.
And I told him I already paid tax here before I send you the money. You go and give the pastor the same money. The money did not last 3 months, my ego. This man was just enjoying. So just like everybody is saying, there's no way you can elevate someone out of poverty.
Especially if they are mentally okay where they are. You cannot say you want to lift any.
So this same guy now, when I said the way he did the business, and I called him, I said, how is the business going? He said, well, what you from low now? Why are you asking me about what I do with it? Okay, if that's the case. Don't want you to call my phone anymore. It's okay. You know, a lot of stuff to share about. Let me just give other people a chance to.
Thank you so much for sharing this. You know, nobody should have that mentality that they can lift anybody out of poverty if they don't want to live in poverty.
Because the more you do,
they will drag you
end up like, what have you done? You know. So,
thank you very much, sir.
And thank you for this platform.
Thank you, sir.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Bless you along. You see, there are so many people who have a PTSD of what we are just discussing here. And I'm happy that people are sharing their experiences. These are real life experiences. And you can hear people are telling you about even family members, your father, your mom, you will hear a story tonight. Hang on. Here. Hello there.
Hi, Maigu.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm a first-time caller. I have been wanting to call you. This is a fortune.
And I'm glad you finally made it tonight, sir.
Yeah, my name is I'm Dr. James Francis.
Hi,
I'm calling from Australia.
That's great.
I'm calling.
Thank you, sir. Go on.
Yeah, I won't want to take much of your time. My voice is a bit crooked because I'm just waking up.
If you are even lying down or so, it's gonna be like that, you know. But take your time, okay? Take your time.
Okay. Look, I've been trying to front this idea for quite some time now, but I've not really found a way to make it go viral, kind of.
Right.
Now, the idea that you want a better Nigeria. We know that elections can never work there. No, unless you're ready to go shake hands with Mahmoud.
Exactly.
And pay him some, I'll call it a ransom. Yeah. Unless you're prepared to do that, you're never going to win an election.
No.
The question is INEC really independent? My answer is no. They call it independent, but it is not independent.
No.
Is it not the president or the ruling party that appoints them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how can somebody how can you go against someone who has appointed you? That's a good question to answer.
Always, it is a rhetorical question, sir. The answer is known. The answer is known to everyone, yeah, because you can't.
Exactly.
You cannot go against the same establishment that gave you your appointments. Of course, you can't.
You can't. So why are we not, saying the truth to ourselves and expanding on this narrative? Let the first action that we shall take be, unless there is an independent, electoral commission, that there shouldn't be any election that should go on in that country.
That's the position.
I don't have an answer on how they can be, how the INEC can be constituted, but I have ideas as to how that can be. I'm not sure, there are certain things that can be said, on this media because they are listening.
Of course,
they are listening.
I know it's,
yes.
I think that's why most times Dr. Agbade will be like, that one is classified, that one is this, but there are few that can be shared. For example, me, I have advocated for, if we say, even for those who are asking that they want to participate in an election or what have you, right? Like the same group of people can actually mobilize locally and internationally, shut down the National Assembly of Nigeria and tell them that, listen, this 1999 constitution is fraud. It's actually the foundation of all the problems that Nigeria is currently facing, right? Now, until this constitution is completely done with, and in a national confab where people are actually going to come together to agree the terms and conditions of holding an election or what have you, and all that, there should be no election in Nigeria. If the whole place is shut down for that, we can start from there, especially for those who don't want violence. Anything after from that, everybody just put on the bulletproof vest in you, or else don't go and do solely cocon anywhere. Or, if you don't want them to make you to use yourself.
So how can we?
Go on, sir.
How can we? Okay, look, I'm not sure how I can reach you privately.
Right.
And I will share some ideas with you. I don't want to say that.
I think it's this line as well. Yeah, you see this line. Yeah. Even though I sort of don't regularly check it, but when I expect message from it, I do go back there to just scroll and see if I will have that. So if you send one there for me, sir, I will see it, and eventually when I respond, we can then continue the exchange from there. That would be great.
Not a problem. I think that's what I should do. Okay. Thank you very much. Let me not take much of it.
Yeah, doctor, that's a very good one. So thank you so much for that. Do I have that still? Hang on. No. I think okay. Give me a sec. Let's see. So if I have taken your call, let's see that too. I know I'm having an issue there. Oh, give me a sec. I've got to get when people call in directly like that, it sort of fence out or blocks out those who are calling through the WhatsApp. And if the call is not completely cut off, I won't be able to take another one. So let me take this. Hello there.
Mayegun.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mayegun, it's AY from Chicago. In fact, yes, Baba. You said this is your topic today, It touches so deep,
And that is why we want everyone to be able to kind of spit it out. We know a lot of us have so much we are holding in and all that, but you see, share it. A lot of us have managed it. A lot of us have handled it already. Some of us are still in it, and wondering how they're going to do it. So that's why we say, if you share, you have no idea how many people you are helping. Honestly, that's why I'm happy for those who are still around with us. Like you said, it cuts deep, and you can start from anywhere, sir. Anywhere. Why?
I will try not to take much of your time,
sure.
But because I know it's a busy line. Baba, you see, one of my friends called earlier, to February, to actually one of your, I listened to him and I laughed because I know all the story as well.
Oh, do you?
Yes. I came in maybe a couple of years before he did. So we all, grew up in the same area.
There is a connection. Okay.
Yes. I'm the only son from my family. So and when you grew up in a family, yes, so the pressure, everything, extended family, and maybe God help you, you're the only one that's able to, just have to make it. Just like everyone, I kept saying, you have the idea in your mind as this, savior, not kind of a savior, but because you understand
it's always there. Like you'll be like, once I begin to get this, the right thing to do is to change
to change, Baba. And for my own family, because I have I'm from a family of 8. So I have a lot of sisters.
That's
so
one,
when I came here and I have a extended family, some of them that maybe uncles that have passed away, that we're all both raised in the same house. I have cousins, nephews, and and when I came to this part of the world in America, at the beginning started to work hard. At that time in 2006, things were not the same. You know, we don't have all these opportunities of this internet, and
like
you have to work extra hard. Not like this then. Yeah. So in every little change, even as a student, you know, you came here, you want to start, you know, better yourself, and you know, pick up some sort of, you know, studies that you want to do, and you know, because you know, just at least, you know, because you know that you're going to be able to earn more money, you know, doing these things.
And
At that time, pressure
carry that responsibility too. Like I have people, even though you are a student who is having so much to deal with, but you still carry it anyway. You still
Baba, nobody cares. Oh. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You know, it's always about what do you bring. And even when I left Nigeria, you know, I was doing okay on my own. I have cars, so just that was sold. Just yeah, it's you know, family. So family.
So you've always been like that anyway. That means you've always been like, oh, hey, here.
Oh,
anyway, now you can't go America. So what happened?
Baba.
Tell me your story. What got you to that point? Like, go on.
Baba. So for me, you know, my family is because it's so deep. Because I cherish my family so deeply. Amazing. So for me, they're my everything. You know, this is my own head, though. They're my everything. So I have to help. I have to support sisters. I have to support other siblings. You know, other cousins. Everybody. AY. You know, this one in school, and I'm helping myself to the fact that I have to even borrow. I have to borrow, call some friends, and I have to pay. So that's why I understand your matter when you're saying borrow. I understand what that feels. Because I have some friends that even some of them talk to you just not too long. You know, be like, be do show the yam back. Because I say, you know, Baba, and Baba, okay.
Because they know who you are. They know who you are. They can't really say no. Yeah. They will be like, okay, it's all right. But now you go no say, man, life will live. But anyway, continue. I'm all ears.
I keep doing all this. Then, of course, after I was done with school, I got, you know, I was able to, God help, I was able to get a better job, you know. And in between that, I want to start my own family, things like that, you know. That's when the big issue even come in, you know. To have a family, yes, so Baba. So the family there's like, you know, this and that. Just to keep a long story short, let me even get to the part that I have to, because, you know, in the area that I grew up from, you know, they have water issue every time, you know, in Lagos. At some point, water issue when it rains, they'll have all these things. And you have your family that will always put pressure to you, okay, Baba. So I wanted to help with what can we do every little. These are the times that the money is not even as bastardized as what it is today. So you know how it is when you have to make $100, it's how much then? Maybe, I don't know, maybe like about 19,000, 20,000 naira when you change the money. So, you know, now they're about. So, you know, you have to do extra. Even with the one in school, you're supporting, doing everything. In my mind, support the family will say, do this one, you do this one, it will help. Blog this one, we'll do gutter here, we'll help here. You build all these things, do everything, Baba. Whenever I come around to Nigeria, nothing is done. Where is all this money? You don't even know that like even your own mama have already started using money to buy land somewhere, which is fine, right? So, Baba, I did so many things for so long. Baba, I said I've been here since 2006, right? So it took me a while until like maybe 2017. I started to say, you know what, I cannot do this anymore.
Like 11 years after, different. That's when you started feeling Baba, like, what have I even done?
Exactly.
Like, wait to. Like, it's not I'm not Baba, seeing money. Like, I'm all right too. I know be say this, but what's not do? Go. Like, what have I really done?
Baba, even people you even help, or even saying, in moment you said, okay, maybe not today, maybe I'll have to see what I can do a couple of weeks or a month's time. I'll do wala. So now you get to a point, and I said to myself, okay, Shadi, if I don't feel me that you're getting water issue, I don't want to do anything there anymore. I have land somewhere in Ikorodu, which means my friend knows I called you earlier. I'm going to, you know, do something there for you. No, man, you know, because they felt like, oh, this is your land, it's not my land. This is a family thing. I was like, what does it really matter now? I'm not going to live in this part of Nigeria. No. I'm going to make sure that I do this for you and you can be safe and no problem. Baba, I did that behind, you know, so I started doing that. He's one of my friends, one close friend that this friend that called you earlier knew.
Right.
I asked his brother out, please help me out here. I want to start this project, blah, blah, blah. So we started around that 2018, 2019. Towards the end of that, late 2019, we started hearing COVID, right, Baba? So, you know, COVID thing happened 2020. After you have to finish this thing. You slow everybody down. So when the movement started again in Nigeria, I started rushing everything. Now, when the family get to know that I was doing something, I told them that, that was the first mistake that I made. They got there.
First mistake. Did you say first mistake?
Baba, first mistake to even let them know that I was actually having something for them.
Go on, Baba.
They got there. This is why do you allow somebody to do something? To be stealing your money, taking all your money. Oh my God. Even the guy got tired. I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to allow this boy to monitor everything through. I'm talking about building them a standard home, everything, making sure everything is there.
Like a proper knitted family compound, that everybody is there.
I'm telling you, Baba. Even people here in America were telling me, Baba, you know what are you doing? When you just let me do this. Let me just do this.
I want to do this for my family. I want to make sure this is for my family. I love my family so much. And then
Baba,
you called it a mistake. AY, go on. I hear you.
So now that was done. Boom. No, not even before that. I got them involved with some of the family that maybe does gates, does the window,
burglary and all that.
Burglary. Yeah. So that one said, no, you can't take someone else's job outside. Okay, fine. You take that here. So this is why they gotta get involved. Every money there. Okay. Now I said I'm coming home 2021, so I will come. To see how everything was. When I got there, even some of the things that they told me they were going to do, rubbish. And I said to myself, I'm not going to make any noise. You guys are living here, fine. But I'm going to make sure that another thing that needed to be done, maybe like run the water, the solar panel, as I wanted to put there, all going to be there perfectly, just so you guys can enjoy. So I did all that. Now, but I don't forget that I mentioned there was another house that was having water issue.
Yeah, now that was where you wanted them to leave.
To leave, so they left there. This is where. So before they left, so before they moved to this new house. That one, my plan is, sell it. When you sell this, you have money. My mother does have this provisions and other things like that, right? So you're able to use this money, invest into you guys' business.
Share the money to them and say, okay, what do you want to do? What do you want? Take everybody.
So, but that's how I have relief. So I have relief at my own life.
Now you can face your life. Baba, all those ideas, when they are ringing in our head, sometimes we always believe that they are the perfect ideas. Now, if the idea that we have come meet money, it will come like God just wanted us to do it. Say, money. Yeah, I just want to do it. Now tell me more.
When everything was done, I didn't. So now, in my head, I kept asking. When I get about everything about the house, have you guys sell it? Oh no, people that are coming, Naira is bad now. The price they're asking for is not this okay. So I trusted all my families. I trust sisters. I trust mommy. I trust I trust all these people, right? Okay, fine, Baba. And I keep sending money. I'm talking about a large amount of money every month doing this thing. I have my own, children to do things for. But now, do you know that this family ended up selling that house without me knowing?
No way. Like I didn't let you know, or they didn't tell you how much they wanted to sell it or something. Like they didn't let you know at all.
So I have no idea. They sold this house, no idea, no single idea. And now I keep sending my keep telling me every time if I send money this first of the week, before 2 weeks later, oh wait, even when you tell them you send 200K, 300K, buy bag of rice, buy this, bag of rice already finished in 3 weeks. Unbelievable. Now, Baba, and this is me even still giving money to a extended family, still having this family all over my head, Baba. They sold this place almost about 18 million.
Wow.
I had no idea. Family didn't even tell me one time like this. Now, one of my sisters said he wants to go to UK to school. All this going to UK to do your masters, whatever. They're planning behind my back. Went to one of the most expensive schools in UK. You know what? I'm just trying to do my own so that everybody can be able to, to be balanced. And so I have my own life.
To have their head above water.
Exactly, Baba. Do you know that these people did everything, went to the airport, smiled, everything, did everything behind me? I didn't have no idea. Got to UK, no idea, nothing. Not even know that they've sold a house, nothing, right? So this was almost like almost 2 months later. It was one of my siblings, not even siblings, my cousins, one of them I sent to university. They were just like, you know that my auntie has traveled, like things like that. Yeah, I don't think it's real. It was that girl that actually messaged me on WhatsApp. They have to tell me something so that I'll have to know.
She won't be like be part of it.
Baba, by the time I heard, Baba, I wanted to faint. I could not believe it because this is my family. These people that have lived all my life for. These people that have lived everything for. I've never had a heart broken until that moment. I felt what heartbreak means. Like I felt it. Like, I mean,
Wow.
I was
so
sweating.
these are the people I'm actually having sleepless night, racking my brain, doing all of this. I want to do this. So I actually mean nothing. That's why you feel like, oh.
I'm telling you. Before then, we didn't know. Yeah, sorry. We thought maybe you were able to help us. You know, when you go to abroad as well, the load will be off. But why didn't you tell me? But also, you know, Baba, till today, I'm telling you now, even other money being wasted, everything being done, I'm still be the one to, and now I now told them myself, like, you know what, I can't kill myself anymore.
At least
whatever I can do, I'll continue to do to you, which is the feeding, which, you know, even normally, and they'll use this rhetoric or this manipulating of religion. You cannot do you cannot even use that on me. So I totally went off. This is my own family, Baba. That's since I'm telling you, this I knew early this year. Since early this year, Baba, I get common sense, serious common sense. And I said to myself, so even outside that, I've been
it's always like kind of going to end in regrets. Nobody can help anybody out of anything. Just do what you can and please concentrate on your life is what advice I'll give people, Baba.
That's it, Baba. Thank you so much. That's what I'm telling you, Baba. That is what any advice I can give anybody. Do your best. Mama. Do your best and just leave the rest.
Just leave the rest. So you cannot kill yourself. Lean on me. Lean on me. Don't be saying you can't press my neck, die. Sure you get. God bless you. AY. That's another one. And you see what people have suffered, especially in the, your first trusted go-to people are going to be your family. If you've been through a lot together, and then they deserve the best from you. The moment you begin to but what we have done, what many of us have done, is that we lost ourselves, and we begin to feel like we can actually single-handedly pick everyone by one and make them be like us or even better than us and all that. But majority don't even have that mentality. God don't bless you. Why should they work when you are there? Hello, Baba. Oh, Mama. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Sorry for keeping you waiting.
Good evening. No, never mind. I'm calling from Glasgow, just behind you here.
Yeah. So this is my own around Dubu. So how are you tonight, sir?
Not bad. I was late on it.
Abina. Do you mind? Can I stop with sound here?
Yeah.
If that's possible.
Sorry. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, 1 second.
Yeah, or you just put them in their room and you go to another room for them.
No, it's okay. I've already put it in mute.
All right, then, sir. So everybody can hear you.
Is it clear now?
Please.
Yeah, Mayegu, I want to share my own experience.
We are all here.
Which is, I came to this country in 2011. And when I was leaving Nigeria, I came with about just 120 pounds. And my elder brother was working at the airport. Virgin is working, doing good job. He has applied about 3 times. They never get him. I am a truck driver in Nigeria. I have even drive what they call Molue before, 911. That was ages ago. From Mojodi to Dumota to everywhere. I left all that because of Fashola. When Fashola came in. To cut the story short, I have tried my best and I got the opportunity of 3 months, which is just 3 months visa from Nigeria. No, not visiting. It was even entertainment, like musician, all this stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it was 3 months. Just 3 months. And when the visa opportunity came by then, it was about 700K. I have just 200K. No hope. And we said we have the full money, no problem. And when the visa came out, and they was chasing us with the money, my brother has a land. He has many things. He showed them because of me. Even go extra mile to get some loan from cooperative. And I came to this country just to make sure that you just go. When you go, things will be fine. At least me, I have tried 2-3 times. They never gave me. And then you just once. Then that's it. Then I came to this country. in 2011, and I started. I'm very lucky. I was working in one of the big. I was working in the richest man in the world, which is Amazon, Jeff Bezos.
Amazon at the time.
Amazon warehouse. Yeah. So I work on limited.
I think I have the idea of.
No, it was not even driving.
Was it not driving?
It was not even driving. I was working in the warehouse. Yeah, I was working in the warehouse.
I know that.
Like I was permanent staff.
I actually remember.
Yeah, bro.
Anyway,
in the fam line. It's one of the best jobs I've ever done. I worked there for about 7 years. Non-stop. Non-stop. So I was making the money. I send van, LT to Nigeria almost every year, like 2 vans to Nigeria to some of my friends, helping them, giving it to them in installments. And my elder brother was in charge of all this. He never took my 1 naira. I say 1 naira. He never took out of my money. All the landed property that I bought when I went home I was in Nigeria 2022 that year in June. So everything I've been in this country for about 11, 12 years, I think.
Yes.
So everything was in intact.
Over 12 years now.
Yeah, everything was in intact. When I get home, they took me there, all the documents, every project I was doing, nothing dismissed. Because they always showed me on video call, everything. And when I get home as well, because I got my paper in 2020, after about 10 years.
Yeah,
so what I'm not saying is, there are good people and there are bad people.
That's right.
Because if my brother never helped me, and says, oh, okay, you go, then let me continue hustling, then let's see where it goes. So that even if I have 100,000 naira, I can give my brother 70,000 and keep 30,000.
What he did for you.
For what he has done.
For your own brother, there are many, like I said, sir, there are people with very, very good story too. I'm talking about, encouraging one that people who they entrust are indeed very, very, but we are talking about those that, apart from your brother, for example, now, let's say you have other member of the family, but, that you decided that, okay, I want to take this lesson out of here, I want to take that one, and, I'm investing
like,
in some.
Family are different.
Yeah,
like,
family are, go on, sir.
Like, family are different. Like, my own family, we are just 5 in number, but I don't know how I can explain this. We just work together.
Very bonded.
That is the way we work in my own family. Yeah, we are very bonded. My mom struggled a lot on us. Like, even my father died. My father even sold his house in Festac because of us, so that we can survive. So if my father is still alive today, I know I'm going to keep just pumping. I don't mind to spend all my money on him.
Between you and your brother, you or your brother?
I'm the last born. I'm the last born.
You are the last born, right?
Last.
And
yeah,
your brother,
in the family, yeah.
This your brother, is he the first son or?
He's the third. He's the third.
Third born, Abi?
Third, yeah.
Well,
yeah, but we are only 2 boys.
I kind of, sorry, sir. Yeah, I am so personally happy for you, okay, and for people who are like yourself, okay. Your dad, with what you just said now, your dad your mom did all like everyone's moms as well, right? Your dad did not just, was there as the head. He sold his own property as well, just to get his family going.
Property for us to survive.
Your brother sold his own landed property to make sure that you didn't miss that chance 12 years ago.
That's 3 months. Yeah.
You are more than blessed to share you get. All of us who have that kind of family.
Because if I look at my story, and sometimes I'll just look at it that a motorway driver, can you imagine? I drive motorway in Lagos. I drive a truck to Onitsha everywhere. I know everywhere in North. So when I get here, even the transportation business, I still continue. I send truck like 18 tons to Nigeria almost every year. I'm a transporter in Nigeria. I have my own business registered in Nigeria. It's just about a year ago.
Your brother has been running.
Yeah, I employed.
Yeah,
he's the manager. So it's just 1 year ago when they came up with Buhari started this diesel issue. That is when I just pack all the trucks because the business is not working anymore.
Right.
So for about a year now,
I need to affected the business.
The economy is crushed.
Oh,
I've sent about 4 drivers away. The one I can sell from the truck, I have sold them. The one that was still there, they are not working because the diesel.
About your own black tax
paid off. In fact,
yours is like you have the reward and you are able to have trustworthy people to handle them. You are one of the luckiest, though. I'm telling you this. You are one of the luckiest.
Yeah, I'm very lucky to have a good family.
God bless
my
them.
family is the best.
From wherever they are. God bless them. You know what I mean, sir? Thank you so much for sharing that with me tonight.
Thank you, my
nice one. Our Glasgow. So thank you so much for all of that. You see, it's not always all gloom, doom, sad, terrible, and all that. Okay, there are those who will share theirs with you and say, well, my own black tax actually paid off, because at the end of the day, I am not facing any economic hardship or stress. I'm not stressed simply because I try to work something with my own family member or friends. That's a very good one for tonight. And if you have a family member who have been loyal and they have been supportive, and you have been supportive of them too, right? I mean, keep them very close, very, very close, and take care of them. I have another caller. Hello there.
Hello, good evening, Mayego.
Good evening, Ma. How are you?
Very well, thank you. And yourself?
Well, thanks. I mean, I can't complain. Thanks for asking.
Another insightful day. Thank you for this wonderful thing. I mean, like you said, this is therapeutic for a lot of us, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and people want to talk, but not having the right place or the right people to talk to also contributes to this problem. And that is why people have not moved on, Anyway, I haven't got a bad experience, but again, this is because some of us are lucky to learn from experience of others.
Right.
It's not because I'm free of the black tax, but it's not negative for me.
You've been managing it very well.
I want to believe so because I like to think deep about things. Plus, I haven't been in money anyway. So
you think so? Well, yeah. If those who have been blessed for having you, if you ask them, they will disagree, because your presence in their lives probably is why they are still here. So when you say, "Well, I've not met money," person, they'll be like, "Don't listen to her." But
I understand what. Yes, I understand what you mean. What I mean is, I haven't got that much. All I've got is my small income, my small family nuclear. I remember when I came into the UK, I had a mobile number.
Right.
And that's the number that seems to be everybody's number. Yes. By the time I got my O2 or Vodafone and all that, I was careful who to give that number to.
We all are very careful when it gets to that. I know.
I've got my Leica mobile for the past 11 years. I've still got it. So if you want to call me, that's where you're calling. My immediate family knows not to share my number. My mom, my dad, they know not to share my number, my sisters. So that's why I said I haven't been in enough money to throw around anyway. Because when I do have extra, what some of us want to do charity. So we try to reach out. And there's something called caller ID, where you can hide your number and get in touch with people. The Leica mobile, all I have to do is put some credit in it, make a call, or when I come home, use the Wi-Fi at home. It doesn't even have anything else. But again, I'm just lucky. I'm managing it. But my black tax is such that when I feel moved by the spirit, I try and do something, not out of promise or out of pressure from anybody. I just do it as I think fit, It's unfortunate because a lot of bad stories have been out there long before a lot of us came to abroad, you know.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why I said I'm lucky. I'm learning from people.
You've always been someone who learned from other people's experiences
Exactly.
in order to guide your own choice and actions. I mean, I like that.
Right.
You are one of the luckiest. Then you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you were not. You were not sort of taught that experience before.
No,
I mean, getting your fingers burnt and be like, if you know what happened to, I'm happy for you because
I know.
you know it wasn't that easy. Because if I haven't fallen under it myself, right, I probably wouldn't even know how to explain it like I did earlier. I have been there, and when I see people say, "Well, I know how to cut my coat according to my
relate with
size,"
you because my husband has not been so lucky. Again, he's very prudent.
So you have somebody close by that you can share theirs, okay?
Yes, he's prudent, but he's got it wrong once or twice.
So it's the type that they have to like try to hide him from you before they make demand, because once they know that you are around, it's like not going to work.
Not necessarily, because no. He makes his own decisions.
He does.
And he's very good with it. But then you can't be too smart with people who are, that kind of a thing. So you can't be too smart with some people. And then sometimes, you've got to give that money away somehow. So Malo, you're careful, but you hear some stories that yes, you know that Abba, come on, you've got to just drop something,
Well, it's actually part of control, if you've come to think of it, yeah. It's like part of the control as well. Sometimes you feel like, oh, how much? There are times that I used to give out, close to £1,000 when I put everything together, okay, out. Apart from the ones that is my family stuff and other, and it was that ridiculous, right? It got to a point, it got to a point whereby I didn't even have that kind of money. I didn't have that money anymore. And then I was able to sort of feel like, it's been a while that I actually spent up to 200 or 100 pounds. And so, like you said, once in a while, you just kind of feel like, okay, I'll just give it out now. I get that one too.
But again, my black tax, like I said, I had a maid when I was in Nigeria who was interested in going to school, blah, 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 blah. To cut a long story short, I ensured she went to school. She went to university, graduated, got married, So I'm still paying that kind of tax. But it's not bad. It's not negative. Yes, they don't come to me because she was my maid for a very long time. She knew me to an extent. In fact, it was such that the family already said, when she's getting married, just call us. It was that kind of relationship. So she also knows me, and she won't come to me except she's in dire need. So, I sympathize with all of these people, but I want to believe that some of us should just try and learn, not wait until the hard way. I don't know. I know it's not easy to control. It's not like I've got total
it's
power over it myself, but it's not that. Try, because I want at the end. Look at Mikel. Come on. But that again is, would I call it useful exuberant? Because she needs some tax. Why won't you take care of your tax first before any other thing?
Well, that's part of paying a tax is not that of Mikel. Mikel is established. Yeah, Chelsea will pay his tax. This one is from Tyler Perry. You know that African-American filmmaker. He's a billionaire now, but he was sharing his story when he started making money at a very young age, right? But the moment he got all the money, he wasn't working his tax and all that then. So it was just like the family knows he got the money. You just share it.
A lot of those Americans fall into that category, Black Americans. Yes, this tax issue. Anyway, I just wish everyone luck out there. But again, we all know how Nigeria is. Please and please take care of yourself. You should be first. You can't love others if you don't love yourself. You've got to take care of yourself.
The Civil Bible says that you should love others as you love yourself, which means you have loved yourself first. So the way you love yourself is what you should love others, not love others before yourself. No.
Well,
That's
you know,
yourself.
the way I love myself before I love others, I tell you, my family will tell me it's not true that I love them more than I love myself. But you don't know how.
You know, I mean, like, you know, you as a mother, right? When women are indeed, because, you know, women are naturally built to be very caring. And if they now have a position where they can also like give, they will give everything. But sometimes when women give, right, they just feel like, I'm not really giving much. You see, I actually want to trust you that you are handling this so well, like you said, right? Because if people feel like, oh, you said you love yourself more than them, but they don't believe it. They feel like you love them more than yourself. I'm telling you, that's what they will say. Actions.
They will vouch for me that I love them more than.
So thank you so much for sharing that.
Have a good evening, everyone, and please take care of yourself. Yeah.
You too, man. So it is true. See, what we are saying here is this. There are those who have this under control, and they've had it for a long time. Now, if they hear this conversation or conversation like this, they just want to they sometimes wonder that do people really get into a problem that much that they have to part with so much money, hard-earned money, just to satisfy people? So yeah, you know, you've heard stories too. You get what I mean now? There are those who maybe it's actually a man thing or men thing, Abi, that we always have this messianic sort of a mindset. I don't know if it's a man thing or it's just a general thing. You will tell me. You know, men will always feel like God bless me so that I can take care of. You know, men feel like we take care of. We are the head. So God should bless us to take care of, you know, messianic mentality. And we therefore believe that, man, if God can just give me money, man. If I just make money like this, man, I'll just call this, so that. And I'll just give them so million. I don't know if women thinks like that too, but as a man, where you just be like, man, if I just have the half of Elon Musk money, just 100 billion is okay, 100 billion. Some will be like, 100 billion is too much. Just $10 billion. So what will you do with $10 billion? If you ask a guy, I say, what will you do with the $10 billion if you have 10 billion? And he's going to tell you how he's going to take care of his mother, his father. If he's got a girlfriend or he's married, he'll say, take care of my family, my wife, my children, you know, my brothers, my sisters, my this, my that. And he will tell you a lot of people he's going to take care of. He won't mention himself because he believes that with that kind of money, he can be the one that everybody look up to. So we have that, you know, messianic mentality. And you've heard my friends who have called in tonight. Okay, it is like it is natural. They said it is because of where we are coming from, our experience, and we always believe that whatever we went through, we don't want anyone else to go through that if we have a chance of taking them out of it. Now some are now believing that indeed you cannot really take anybody out of poverty if they don't want to leave that place themselves. If you continue to try, they will drag you down and drop you in that same place you just left. Hello there.
Hello, Baba.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening to you too.
Baba, I was the one that called the last time that said that my mom, you know, about the property in Nigeria.
So you're calling back again to add.
Mr. Mayegun, you always say one thing like everybody like in Nigeria is like they are all corrupt.
Like everybody is trying to take advantage of another anyway.
It's just that they are saying that they are not the one.
Go on.
Yeah, they are not the one doing the corruption, and they are not partaking out of the corruption. That's the reason why
it's corruption.
It's true.
You just don't like
100%.
it if they are not the one benefiting from it. Yes.
Mr. Mayegun.
Baba.
So in Nigeria, as I'm talking right now, even my stepsister, she's threatening me, telling me not to come to Nigeria. That if I come to Nigeria, they are going to, she's going to show me, she's going to, because of this property. And, and they are making a lot of money out of the property with the money that I always send to my mom. So when I realized how much they are making out from it, and I try to trace, like through one of our family to get how much savings she has in the account. She has almost up to like, when they check, like almost like 15 million in her account. And my sister, and not the same father, stepsister, and she was trying, and that property is for me. So, as in, they don't want we that we are in diaspora, they don't want us to come back home, Baba.
There are some who don't want where you are.
They don't. Exactly. They don't want it. They just want us to be pumping that money or, to be taking advantage of we that we are in abroad. That is what they do. And the problem about those in abroad is that, like we use these emotions like, oh, my father, my mom, my sister, or even some business that we're supposed to do that we're supposed not to even employ our family's members, because of that, emotion like, oh, yeah, my brother, my sister, I believe them, and my blood. And at the end of the day, and it is not Yoruba culture that all this sense of entitlement is not our culture, but they try to hide under that culture when you catch them, That is when they try to like
they'll try to gaslight you and say,
they'll try to
if your family cannot waste your money, so is it the outsider that should be wasting it?
Exactly. And this is where they try to like hide and say culture one. It's not our culture.
No.
It's not our culture. It's not our culture. So, this sense of entitlement, like I can see, even online there are a lot of people are even abusing Mikel Obi. This even happened to this guy that play in Napoli, Victor or Sime, or what did they call him? Same thing. And just it's because these people are popular. That's the reason why we can. Emmanuel Adebayo as well
said his own mother, was upset that Emmanuel Adebayo want to go and have his own farm. They said if Adebayo has a son now, he will stop taking care of them, so he shouldn't have a son. Adebayo, that footballer.
Exactly, and I think till now I think he hasn't married another person to have. He has a girl,
Yeah,
a daughter. So
he's got a child now anyway. But he was just talking about that time that he's alive. See, Emmanuel Adebayo. Is he Emmanuel? Yeah, Emmanuel Adebayo. Emmanuel Adebayo,
yeah. Emmanuel Adebayo,
he's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Shared his properties.
Yeah. Wow.
You get that? Like, so it's like me now, It's like me now, having my house in Nigeria, okay? And then maybe I have cars and all of this, or maybe I also have probably another property somewhere, hotel or so, right? Then I now go to Nigeria, and they say my junior brother is now the owner of my 2 cars. My house in Nigeria is been shared to my senior brother. And you see that my other property, the hotel, they have shared that to my mother. And they have done all the documents to say they have shared my properties. Oh, my person is still alive.
So, Baba Mayegun, there's no, see, in Nigeria, I'm very like, if you know what I'm going through now, I am paying lawyer more. I'm even sending money to lawyer to fight case. Like a lot of money I'm pumping, like taking them to court. Like what here keeping my shame on me, and they are threatening me everything.
Open a small loophole.
Like ìgbà tó ìyá iná àwọn ọlọ́mọ kọ́kọ́ dé church, àwọn ló ń lọ church, lọ lọ church, tó ṣe gbogbo àwọn like kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Mr. Mayegun, ìlú yẹn ò lè mi ò.
I know.
Bóyá tó bá pín ìlú yẹn ṣá.
So then, bóyá bondage àwọn ìgbèkùn kọ́ akọ̀tẹ̀lẹ̀ akọ̀ṣe.
Maybe, but as for now, there's anything for now.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Sherry, there is another one which I kind of almost forgotten. We are talking about those of us who have invested in our family members or extended or nuclear. There are others too. There are some families who believe that they would rather just give this support to those we call the outsiders. Let me explain. Do you know that as some of us vow that the moment we begin to make money, we are going to make sure that our families are, like everyone said before, right? There are those who don't give a damn about their family, maybe for, I don't know, for childhood trauma or something, that they have money, right? And their own experience of people disappointing them is not coming from their family members because they never gave their family members any kind of any attention at all. But to outsiders, like, they will say, for example, me, Mayegun, I have a brother. So let's say I have a brother that I barely probably speak to. Okay. And then my brother is now hearing that about 4 or 5 people, that all of us know as well, but 4 or 5 people in that area, I have given them some huge amount of money to do business, to do this or that, and they've all wasted the money. And my own brother never seen that kind of money in his life. There are people like that too, who have that kind of story to share. So, and others are like, if he invested it on his family, maybe they won't waste the money. Instead of investing it on outsiders, people they call outsiders. The experience, the bottom line is this. When you begin to make money, especially when you begin to make money, and you start having what is called a black budget or black tax. Black tax are the bills that are not your bills. They are other people's bills, but you pay them. And you pay them like regularly. They have now become part of your own expenses. And that is all they want from you. And some people said, the moment they stop replying the messages, it doesn't matter how many years they've been doing it. The people who have benefited from such always come back with, what have you done for us? What did you do? So because you are paying the school fees or so, so what have you done? The disappointments. And I'm happy that we have had people who have also shared some beautiful, beautiful story and experiences of theirs using the same family as well. And they say, well, when they hear other people's stories, they sort of feel sorry for them because they never experienced that. In fact, for most of the successes they have today, they can attribute some of them, the source of them, to their family members' support and trust. Here you get. But for those of you who are actually like, have your own experience to share, there are thousands, if not millions of people who are going to come across this in the future or now or later, right? They need this. How did you manage your own black tax? How are you managing it? And every other question that you might want to ask. I'm so sorry that I just kept ignoring some of this calls. So let me take another one. Hello there.
Hello there, Baba Balagba.
Yes, sir. How are you?
How you doing? I'm good, brother. How are you doing tonight?
I am very well, Baba. How are your side?
Not bad. Thank you very, very much for everything you do as always. Really appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. We can't thank you enough for this, especially for this program that you've put out tonight. Thank you very, very, very much.
I mean, it is not really politics, so that's why you didn't see so many people in the temple tonight. But this is something
that's fine.
This is something that is so important, and I've thought so much about it.
We need to have this conversation. We need to, because one thing people don't understand is there's a lot of things that it's not political, but it's indirectly affect us politically. Because if Nigeria, for example, was functioning, a lot of us wouldn't have to be walking like dogs and camels and donkeys here.
No.
A lot of us don't have to. I'm going to use myself as an example.
Please.
I work and I'm very, very hardworking.
Bless you, Baba.
But I noticed something. The people that I work with, my colleagues, they don't work half as much as I do. But guess what, Mayegun? They look better than I look. And I they walk, I they hustle. But if I look myself in the mirror sometimes, I would ask myself, Baba, I don't take drugs now. Why do I look like this? People when they work with self, they know when they work. Like I have colleagues that just they call in sick every day.
You get,
but when you look them, they're fresh.
And you'll be
they're fresh. They're fresh.
They don't get me.
I get Bukata. Say, why these people are
Bukata? Eh? Which Bukata?
Bro, when Bukata already Buruku you see this. The honest truth is, whether we like it or not, it's only the problem is it's only when rich people, when people who are well-to-do speak in society, that we as a society start to pay attention. But the problem is we all are suffering, bro. We all are suffering, and we've been suffering, but we've been suffering in silence. And how long do we need to do? How long do we have to do this? How long do you have to keep sending money to entitled people? How long do you have to keep giving people money who will never call you back to say thank you? And even if they call you back to say thank you, they are calling you back to tell you that they are going to call you back again to ask you for more money. That's all they do. They never. I sent you a message earlier, but I know you didn't really pay attention. There's this phrase. My brother told me this thing because me personally, I'm very, very lucky. I have a very huge family. I have a very wonderful family. And you know, now my family bring me come abroad, you know, and I actually never wanted to leave Nigeria. I never wanted to leave. I love Nigeria, and I was doing okay.
The type that they will be like, your flight is 9. You don't want to leave, Abi. You want to miss that flight.
I don't want.
You will go today. You will leave this country today.
My parents forced me out of Nigeria. My parents smuggled me. I don't want to come out because I was doing okay. My shaking paragraph. Make I tell you one lie. Before I left Nigeria, I don't know what Western Union paper look like. I don't know. I never collected, and I have more than 20 brothers who love me. When they call me and say, "You don't need anything,"
you know they even call person. Okay, you are the type. You are a member of the family that even those when everybody is kind of chasing the people where they outside the place and all that, chasing abroad, them. You are the type that now people where they abroad go, they call you say, "Oga, it's too you know even they call they ask for anything."
Before I left Nigeria, they sent my cousins money for Ajaki when they broke.
See?
Yeah, and they you know how much was dollar before we left us now. Would they change money? We go send them, give them. They go, you know, when they come back, they want to double up the money, and you're like, no, just give me my money back. You're my brother. I'm doing this for you, not because I'm expecting from you, but because I know that if I'm in your situation, you will do the same for me because I can afford it. You know what I mean? So, but now we are the ones that encourage this attitude of entitlement. And if we don't stop it, we are going to be consumed by it. It will consume us.
People
if it hasn't started consuming us already.
Because of this issue we are just talking
about. A lot of people are in debt. Even me, where they fall. People are dying silently. People they call in today and people are complaining they are in debt. But few months ago or few years ago, if you call those same people and ask them, they'll be like, "Oh, I love my family." But you know, even if deep down inside them, they are dying. But out of shame, embarrassment, they can't. So if we don't open up and start doing the needful now, Baba, all of us will go suffer
silently.
We can't keep. You can't listen. You cannot subsidize poverty. You can't. You cannot subsidize poverty.
Poverty is a state of mind. Sure, you know.
God bless you.
State of mind. There are some of them who are very comfortable in that space, but you are cracking your head. breaking your back, gathering money to come and live somebody that is comfortable where he is, out of poverty.
Please tell me, why would somebody not be comfortable in poverty when you live in abroad? You build a mansion back home, and then you are paying somebody to be living in a house for free.
In your house.
Why wouldn't that person be entitled?
Wow.
Why?
Wow.
You build a mansion, you are paying somebody to live. Why that person will be entitled?
That we are expensive automobiles in those houses.
I have brothers who are.
My brother is managing those cars. He's servicing them. But now you just spend money where they take buy fuel.
My brother buy a Koolu Jeep. I'm going to use just one of them. He buy a Koolu Jeep. This one has happened recently, and the person he parked it in his house crashed it on his way to church. This was after my brother warned him not to use it. My brother bought his own car, bought another car for the same guy, so that he won't use his own Akura.
To be going about. So big man inside mansion, you go buy him
Baba, they drive my brother Akura, crash him. Now my brother still pay to fix the motor. Yeah. And then you are now telling these people not to feel entitled. We are the architect of our own problems. And the earlier we realize that, the better for us. On a final note, know this and know peace. You cannot weaken the strong to strengthen the weak. Know this and know peace. You cannot weaken the strong to strengthen the weak. You can't. It cannot happen. Know that and know peace. Thank you very much.
God bless you. I mean, like a million times, but I appreciate that. Okay, you have a good one. Though.
Thank you very much, man. God bless you. Thank you. Thank
you. I love that. See you. When you have it as a art-to-art talk, a lot of people would, hang on. No, I have this caller who has been trying, but the network won't let you connect. Can you hear me?
Yes, Michael. Good evening.
Hey, good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, yeah.
I'm very well, oh. Princess. Is that princess?
Princess. Yes, Michael.
So,
it is a very sensitive one this night.
You are somebody I know very well. That if I ask you to bring out the list of your own black tax, we might need a long list of that. So share with us, princess. Black tax. Go on.
Sometimes, we try to be the savior, and real situation expose people. Do you know? Around 18, 19 years ago, when Ayomide was just about, I think, few months old. I had someone lived at my place. Yeah, someone lived at my place for 4 years. Someone very close to me. This is not an outsider. And when I took ill, when Ayomide was about 4, I felt I was going to die. I got poisoned by someone. Long story short, I told that person to take Ayomide in. You know what she said? She said her husband said they can't take the boy in. I had to send that boy to Portlish in Dublin.
So somebody who once lived in with you.
Lived with me. I was paying her fee. I was paying her school fees. I was paying her daughter's school fees.
But they are back on their feet, and there you were unwell, and you needed. You could trust her with
real situation will expose these people to you. They don't. They don't really care. They will keep taking from you as long as it is coming. Immediately you walk away from them, see if they will survive. They'll survive without you. So it's as simple as even dying. If you die, they will still survive. So stop trying to be the Messiah. Stop trying to give them what you both didn't have while growing up. So many people, so many had to develop narcissistic attitude because of this sense of entitlement. some people, in fact, some people abroad there, you know, they send money to Nigeria. Yeah. You help them do things and they just turn around and stab you in the back too. It happens to people abroad too. It happens with people abroad. You marry someone from anywhere, Germany, UK, London, and you help them build houses. And they just turn around and stab you in the back too. They are everywhere. See, you cannot please everybody. In fact, I developed an attitude lately. I tell you no, I don't give a shit about what you think. If I can't do it, I'm not going out of my way to please you. You're not jollof rice. I am simply going to walk away. I don't care how you see me. I have siblings that, see, I'm the last child.
Right.
I have siblings, elderly ones that have not dropped one dime on my palm before. You keep
like
giving
you are
giving
somebody
giving.
who always give. You are not a taker. You're not a user. So the experience, you know what I mean? Like the experience is going to be a bit.
My ego, I've been calling since I got back home. These people are all around us. If you have a very good heart, they will walk all over you and they will kill you. The people with good hearts don't stay long on this earth.
You returned to Nigeria from Germany, right? And for somebody like yourself, who was here before, and then you took the kids back there. You have the kids with you there, right? So for somebody like yourself, for somebody like yourself who was in that position of somebody where all of them are kind of a flock to before, then you are in between, you are within them, and you still keep giving until when did you get the break? And you felt like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep doing this. So
my ego, I broke away from some last year. I broke away from some as far back as 8 years ago.
Right.
I have not answered their call. Yeah. I broke away from some 2 years ago. This particular person I was talking about, I really had to go there again, and she did the same thing.
Princess. Is it always like we must experience that disappointment before we put a break on it? Or is it when we begin to suffer financial problem that we should put a break on it? Or if you have to say it, is it when you have that experience in it, or when you begin to
it is the experience will teach you.
Okay.
The experience, in fact, I developed a prayer point for myself. Ìtẹ́sù bá ń fi ìjà lọ gan, ọlọ́mọ yẹ kí n pàdé ẹ̀. Ẹni tí inú Ọlọ́run bá ń dùn sí gan, tí inú ẹ̀ ò dùn sí délẹ̀, mi ì fẹ́ pàdé ẹ̀, mi ì fẹ́ ràn ọ́ lọ́wọ́. These people are just users. Do you know this person was telling me that, no, she's my sister, don't worry. She'll come back and beg me because I've always been the one trying to put everybody together. You cannot be that Messiah. And the family are always the one. They are always your number one competitor until you win. If you don't win, they will continue to compete with you. And the fact is this, some of them don't even stop. When you finish, after you might have finished winning, they start the battle with your kids.
Wow.
Andrew wọn ò ṣe wí lẹ́jọ́ ìjà lára ò kí ń tọ́bọ̀ rọ. Tó bá bẹ̀ ìjà, ó máa bá àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀jà ni. You don't care. Whatever it is they are taking from you, immediately stop. See, they will go out and blaspheme you. What ránṣẹ́? After you might have finished sending, you've not seen the ones you will send money to, and you will really want to call them to tell them ask them if they've seen it.
I thought it's the only. I actually thought I'm the only person who suffers that, because I believe that on few occasions, I've had to kind of say, hello, did you not see the money I sent? So it was you. Sorry, I didn't know. I saw it yesterday.
Yeah.
I saw it yesterday.
Some of them build houses with the money you send to them. And you think they don't have enough at home to eat. Owó tó fi ránṣẹ́, ó extort ẹni, wọ́n rán iṣẹ́. So you have to take care of yourself. Take care of your retirement. If you don't have something, you don't have something you want to do with money. Take care of your retirement. They gone at the days where you think the children would have to grow up when you finish training them, and they have to start bringing money to you. If they bring, fine. If they don't, you don't have to push them out there and make them do silly things. That mentality of children coming back home, reinvest in your retirement. They don't send you. And they will go the next minute, immediately you turn your back, they are stabbing you everywhere. These are your siblings, same blood. See, your parents sometimes. Parents try to kill. Well, what about me bad now? Wherever they bound me now. So it is a very sensitive one. I'm happy you brought this up. A lot of us it's very therapeutic.
I know.
This is very especially to me.
Thank you.
They just walk all over you.
And now, and you are somebody who actually detests that so much. Princess so passionately hate the fact that if she can lie down on the floor for you to walk on her, but if you have that effrontery to believe that you could walk all over her, you're gonna see her in a very not so good place, right? So I get where you're coming from. Princess, just take it easy, all right? Let me take another call. Yes. It is a very important conversation tonight, and some people won't have. Hello there.
Hello, Michael. What's up?
I am very well. How are you?
I'm lucky against you. This is my second time calling.
Is that great one, Baba? How are you tonight or this afternoon?
Okay. Perfect. Thoroughly doing fine, and thank you for picking up my call.
Bless you, Baba. Let's do it.
I think I'm a perfect experience. I have a perfect experience of everything you just talked about. And citing an example from what Princess just, I should just take off from where Princess
so
just
many
stopped.
That you could pick from anyway. But yeah, let's start with you too. Baba.
You just don't want to know. You just don't want to know. Let me start by, I have this family member of mine. By the way, I'm actually in the US. I'm in New York. I have this friend. I have this family friend of mine. Not even family friend of mine. They like my mom's sister, and she lives.
I call this first cousins or nephews or stuff like that. Okay.
She lives in the north, and she's a very lovely person. She took care of me. Probably even used to be a Muslim. Made me a Christian, and very loved that lovely family. Me, if I would literally say, they made me who I am today. Very lovely people. But along the line, things will happen, and you just want to be by yourself. You want to leave where they say a tree cannot grow under another tree.
Wow. Okay.
Okay,
that's another one.
And after a while, I just, decided to leave, went to stay with my parents in Lagos. And from there, I just found myself here, found my way and I came here. But when you get here...
I like your story, right? I don't know. Your story is like that of, people who have everything all sorted and planned and everything. And then they just don't want to bore you. They say, well, you know what happened? I just found myself here. You don't just find yourself in America, bro. But I'll go with it. Go on.
But let me tell you, Nigeria, when Nigeria deal with you very well, they do.
And finally, it's like EG, it's like a wind or so. Yeah, we are wind. You just found yourself in New York. Okay.
When I tell people, I say, look, you don't have to.
That's great.
You don't need extra power to see the future. All you just need is just sit down and look at what is going on around you.
Yes.
It will tell you, especially in Nigeria, just sit down, look at what is going on. How was my life 10 years ago compared to what is going on now?
That's right.
If you can Yeah, to expose both of them. It will tell you what will happen in the next 10, 20 years.
That is right, man. That's
what I did. Looked at it, I said, God, if my own brother would have children and they're struggling to even take care of their kids, what will happen to my own children? What will happen to me when I have children?
You're seeing everything going on around you, and you're like, man, I don't think I have future in this place, man. I need to find something to do with my life.
It will never change. It will never change. It will never change. So, and after a while, when I left the north, I came down to Lagos and started working with the Lagos, government, and I was doing some business, trying to put things together, and just started off. I was doing I was kind of, I won't say too well, too well, but at least I was
bachelor stuff, because you know what I told people, I said, whether we like it or not, poor people know they travel abroad. Even if you are poor, right? Even if you are poor, the moment you have a chance that they don't give you that visa, your life changes right away. And that moment, everything you would need from ticket to this or that will show that you are not a poor man. Poor people know they travel abroad. But
you are 100%. You're just totally right. Look, I was doing pretty much because I was just okay. And when I saw the whole scenario, I said, this country, I will never have my children in this. I keep saying it. More of my friends will say, they keep, I said, because I've looked at the trajectory of what is going. I said, this country, you leader. I keep telling I will tell my leader, it will never get better. Because when the people that are really supposed to everything in line, they're making a mess of it. How is it going to happen? And it is deliberate. It is not anything. So let me do before I digress. So I got here and start running back and forth, and you're trying to make some money and all of that. You start, before you know it, you start thinking about home. Like, my people back home. Forget about it. Any that cross that river to any country and they will just want to think back home. And we're not wicked
it's
people.
Always with immediate effects. I was with a friend who just came from Nigeria. I think it's about a month ago. That day when I was with him, it was just his third day in the UK.
Yeah.
They haven't even picked up their NI, the one that we used to start work and all of that. They haven't picked up that too. Just 3 days. Okay. They ask them, say, they won't buy this, they won't buy that. 3 days.
Just imagine.
Baba.
So along the line, started doing, putting things together and started thinking back home, okay, what should I do? Started sending money back home. Okay, what do you need? What can you do? I had a thought. She's in the north. And she came down to said, okay, because she wasn't really doing too fine. It's okay. My mom said, okay, come down to Lagos. I think Lagos is still the better place that you could go back and forth. You meet people and stuff like that. She came down. I called her. I said, look, if you need anything, she's into catering. I said, if you need anything,
ask me.
I'll fund everything. I don't know what happened. The lady did not call. She said she will let me know. She didn't call, and everything fizzled out. But this is what I'm trying to bring out of this whole thing. Each time you're trying to plan for these people, they'll be the one to actually make a mess of the plan and get themselves involved into something else that will even be more expensive than what you're even planning for them. And it's not, I don't know, maybe it's a deliberate thing. I don't know, maybe they are not conscious of what they are doing. I just don't have it. Before you know it, she moved her things. She went back to the north. How could you leave Lagos and go back to the north? Me, I left the north and came to Lagos. She moved
even
back
after
to
having
the north.
that conversation about what she wanted to do and how you were gonna
Yeah, and tomorrow she's still stuck on the spot. Let me put that aside. Okay. My other brother, he said, I have one of my brother, one of his sons. He said he wants to send one of his sons to Cyprus. I said, Egbon, what is happening in Cyprus? I said, there's no country you tell me on this earth that I don't know about. I know their GDP,
yes,
per capita. I can figure where. I told him, if you can't send any of your children to, he doesn't even have the money before we even start.
Like,
throwing,
not like it's got the savings to do this or this adventure.
This guy is not capable. I said, and I said, okay, Egbon, how do you want this guy to survive on the other side? He said, don't worry, there's work, blah, blah, blah. I said, there's nothing up. I said, just listen to Abike Daboru. The last time I heard her, she said, don't send your children to Cyprus.
To Northern Cyprus, to be precise. Don't go to Northern Cyprus, you.
They are using them for trafficking or whatever it is.
She said, trafficking and all
I
that.
called them. I said, if you can't listen to me, at least listen to your own government. These people you people will keep voting for. At least listen to them and believe them now. Don't send this boy to Cyprus. No, I should just blah blah blah. They call my mom because okay. They call my mom. She tell me, probably, she know how to touch my soft spots, and so it's not that I have a soft spot.
Just leave him.
Just set me something. You're so in fact. She now calls, she says, just, whatever it is you can help them with, just help them. Because God, I said, okay, she said, give them the money for the flight. I said, how much is the flight? They said, probably 1 point something. Okay, I'll give you guys about 500,000 or 600,000. I said, you guys should think. And you guys should never come back.
Don't come back.
Should never. And I was trying to even tell them, okay, how do you want this guy to survive? They said, don't worry. The guy got there. He got stuck. School fees, they couldn't pay. They came back and started asking, school fees? Can you go? I said, I'll start shaking for everybody.
Give you bashi.
Before the guy left, the only currency I have, apart from giving was to give you an advice. There's nothing going on. Till tomorrow, I left them. I didn't give them cover. I said, I'm not going.
You have somebody who is always in charge. Then go on. Like you've been able to manage your own black taxes enough. Even when
he's not manager. He's not manager. I fell into a lot. It's not I fell into it, but it's that thing of feeling you want to help.
Yeah, it's always the urge.
And I warned them. I said, I warned you people not to let this guy go. My mom keep calling me, try and to help. Want help? I said,
Mom.
I won't do a thing. The day I sent $300. I said, okay.
Yeah. So that is the one that one of my callers earlier said, which was that there is always that they will still shake you. All those can shake down, right? Sometimes because we always have that kind of mindset of I want to help. Like, what can I do? How can I help? And the rest of that. And it is because of this, how can I help or what can I do, that has led so many people into financial ruins. And I'm glad that you have somebody who seems to be very much in charge of it already. Go on.
After I spent the 300, and that was over about 6-7 months ago, and I just did not send a dime to the guy. Each time they called me, I said, I warned you people. I warned you people. You guys did not listen. That aside, I have another cousin again. He said he was about getting married. I said, married? I said, okay. With this Nigeria situation, you want to get married? I don't have a problem with that. You getting married. I don't have a problem. But what kind of work do you have? Can you fund not just your wedding? Can you fund your marriage? Because it's two different.
Can you feed another man's daughter?
Exactly. Can you feed this? You know that cliche?
The food. They will say the food that the child is going to eat, the baby is going to eat. They will bring it from heaven.
My brothers, they say those ones a lot, and I tell them, I say, okay.
Do you know they've actually misled? They've misled with that thing.
Yeah,
marry
because they're
first.
stupid.
You don't have money. You don't have money. That's why don't say you don't grow. Marry first. Money will come. Everything will come.
Before I got married, it took me time. I took my time because I need to know what I'm getting myself into. I can't just jump in, bring in somebody's daughter, and all
begin to pour them out here, and then begin to look for.
Most of my friends are married. Before I have to get myself out of this. I was When I was coming to the United States, I came in almost about $13,000. Could you imagine? I wasn't doing bad.
See, rich kid, though. Like you are not doing bad at all, Nijari Baba. And you are telling me that I just found myself in America. I knew it. Nobody ever mistakenly find themselves in America. Like somehow I just found myself here. No, you didn't. You didn't. So what? See, Baba, you have been somebody who we can say, somebody who has been in control of his life for a while. Lucky you. Lucky you. Thank God Nigeria no happen to you when you are making critical decisions about your life. You are lucky.
See, but it's just that you have to be.
I promise you are lucky.
Yeah. So this my cousin, I told him, I said, this thing you're getting yourself into. It's a long time plan. Just don't bring in another person's daughter and come and, they won't listen. I said, okay. They live in the north. They said they're going to Cross River for the wedding. I said, Cross River for wedding. I said, look at this. With the issues, with the work. Hey, man, you could look at the whole danger on that road. The kidnapping, the terrorism and everything. I said, hey, I said, okay, you know what? How about they didn't put me into the plan? Just they're trying to just take money and just get their thing done.
They don't want you to come and begin to point at why are you wasting this?
But they keep telling me, Ati Badra, see, Ati Shekini kon, no my dad, the pastor, Ati Badra. I said, okay. And now the person that trained me, which is the guy's mom,
right? I
said, okay. With her husband, I said, give me the cost of the flight. I'll book the flight, and you guys can fly down to, to Cross River. Yeah, and I'll give them another option. I said, this is another option. Okay, before I give them the option, and I said, but how many people do you even have going down there? They said, about 8 people. I said, kilo fellow, 8 people in your merit too now. I was even trying to even fund 4 people to go down. 8 people is too much. They said, no, I shouldn't worry. They'll take the road, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, no wahala. And I said, okay, this is what's going to happen. Coming back, okay, apart from even coming back, because I never even cared about coming back. And I said, and I called one of the elder brother of this guy that is getting married. I said, why not you guys have those girls' parents come down to the north? I could even fund them coming down to the north and get this marriage done. So that whatever money you guys are able to realize, you don't have to do something elaborate. No. Just do something little. So whatever money you guys even, okay, what, only 100,000.
So we're actually living in the north, Abi. He's domiciled and he lives there, Abi.
Exactly. And
even the wife lives in the north as well, yeah? Or from Cross River.
You are so right. I said, whatever it is,
why can't they just invite the parents down and have their wedding there based off the...
And I said, whatever it is you guys able to come up with, let us just do something little. Then the remaining money, they can use it to start something. Maybe start a business. I know it's not. Look, business in Nigeria is not going to be possible. At least they can get something. They can start. If we are 2 million, we are 3 million. We're able to come up with. They can start something. If not now, open up a wedding, spend money. At the end of the day, I said, when I saw the wastage, I didn't send a dime. When I saw the wastage, because whatever it is that I sent to them will never be enough. Will never be. I still sent some money to the mom. Say about 300,000 to the mom. I actually was trying to even help them more than that, but I knew it's going to be wasted. But the plan I have is, they just got married about 2 weeks ago. Maybe December, January, maybe around February. I decided I'll call the boy. If I look for some money, give to him. I said, I deliberately do not want to give you this money. If I give you this money, you use it into your squander it. You will squander this money on your wedding. So I'm giving you this money. Go on. Whatever it is you want to start with your family, whatever business you guys want to do, just go ahead. So I think people should start with being in control of their finance. A lot of people are not in control of them. You have to be control.
You are not a messiah. Everybody who is having that messiah mentality, you need to drop them. You cannot lift anybody out of poverty who doesn't want to leave poverty. Or else they will drag you down and keep you there, Baba. Let me tell them.
you will never take the place of God in anybody. Just drop all the
never take the place of God.
Because you will never satisfy them. You will never. I initially want to go home, probably say, okay, maybe buy property and all of that. But when I look at all the waiting for me, like I start anything, everybody want to come and like, this guy's made it.
You get people should begin to look at all of now where they get that extra money. All of you rich people, I beg. I know say poor man is supposed to advise rich people, but at the same time, Mokuna they take advice because Baba, if you know how much people are actually expending, they are spending every month on finances, on things, on bills that they could actually say no to. Okay.
Oh my God.
See, make I show you something. When I stopped, look at this. So it was my son Caleb, right, who gave me this as a gift. This is my third box. I filled it with money. So instead of sending my money randomly because I feel rich, I'll go to the ATM card, right? ATM machine. I will take out money. I can take 200 pounds. I can take 500 pounds cash. Yeah, I'll come home and I'll begin to drop them inside this, inside all these things. So when I do that, then I no longer feel like I want to give anybody money because I have no money anymore. By then, my bank account will have maybe like 100 pounds and then maybe 800 pounds overdraft. And I know that if you spend overdraft, not BC. And I've been living my life like that for a while. This is my own therapy. I'm showing everybody now. All of now will be rich people where they get all those extra $200, extra $500. Go and buy Koolu.
Seriously.
When you feel like giving anybody money, go and withdraw the money from the ATM. Don't put them in extra account. You will withdraw it. Put them where you need to break this. Because not all of us rich, not all of us, they get thousands in excess. So one day you won't have all those excess. And guess what? All those people you are giving all those money to, the day you said no, the day you say no, you see all those things you have done. Sure, waste of time.
It's not
waste. You get luck,
what I do is, what I do is opportunity. I look for opportunity. Look, like my other brother, one of his daughter is schooling in Nigeria. I said, look, how much is this school? They said, okay, I should give them 250,000. I'll take out 200,000. I sent to them.
Right.
I think she's schooling in Nigeria. You can't go and school in Cyprus and you expect me to come and cough out almost about $2,000 or $3,000.
Get that.
I
Like,
will
how
never
much
do
are
that.
you earning? Go that.
How much am I able to
just take out $2,000 from your earning? Or because you have this good credit that you could easily just go take some money, like, let me take $5,000. But they know they do that,
Nobody's going to do that. I told them, I said, these children are schooling in Nigeria. I can always help out. Schooling, I'll help out because 200,000, 300,000, their school fees, whatever it is they want to do. I can help out, but you cannot tell me you're bringing your children outside the country. How much you found there? I have my own kids to take care of.
I'm sure you get. I can't even pay. Like, they'll put you in a situation, Baba, you will spend thousands, right? Let's say in a single year, right? You ended up having to give out because if we all kind of think, well, by the way, we may be actually spending up to 3,000, 4,000 minimum, or 5,000, even more and more like that randomly. But we hardly actually put that same amount of money together to book holiday. The way we work, Black people, they work, Nigeria, they work, on these places, but they will never put money together to go and spend $5,000 on vacation on themselves. They won't.
Today is my wife's birthday. I bought her a jewelry. I just bought a jewelry, and she just reminded. She said, "This is the first gift you ever bought for me since when we've been in this country."
See,
I was ashamed of myself.
How did you feel? Like, no, you did not start arguing. Like, no, what do you mean? Have I not bought you something before? And they'll say, yeah, name it. And then you'll be like,
I surrendered.
Okay, I can't remember. It's true.
I surrendered. And she said, this is the first gift you bought for me since we've been into this country.
Can you imagine?
Could you imagine? And I've sent several.
Some people have cleared thousands from your hand so easily.
Yes.
So like that. So comfortably.
Without even asking. They've taken money from you. Another problem we have is these crazy Agbadorians we have outside the country. Oh my God. We have tons of them. I went somewhere yesterday. I was trying to do my national identity number, whatever it is. I was trying to
NIN, I think national identity number. Yes, NIN.
Because I think outside the country, like I don't know, maybe where I went to, the guy said I have to pay $35 or whatever it is to retrieve my NIN. I was like, okay,
price, yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's the same thing where you guys are. So I paid the money and all of that.
I think we pay £30 or £35 here too, something like that.
So I now got into talking with this guy, and I said, she going to pay, I love vote on Tinubu. He said, Tinubu I sat down. I said, Egbon, convince me Tinubu can fix Nigeria. Just convince me. I want to act like I'm stupid. I don't know anything.
I don't know anything. I'm novice, completely ignorant. So yeah,
I said, convince me.
No, I won't have anything.
He said, the guy is good. In fact, did you know the amount of loan he got from Saudi Arabia? He went to India, he got so. I said, oh my God. I said, Edru, did you listen to any Saudi Arabia official came out to tell you that we are coming to Nigeria to invest so amount of money in Nigeria? He said, I said, how did you know? I said, you clearly heard it from APC. You didn't hear it from Saudi Arabia. That was where you got your information from. One of them said they're investing 200 billion. Investing 100 and something billion. You didn't hear it from these people. You heard it from APC. That was where you got your information. Did you go to Saudi Arabia website and check and said, let us look at the foreign investment going into Nigeria?
Did you see anything? Foreign companies who are coming to invest in Nigeria? Did you go there
to confirm? I said, let me tell you, if anything will fix Nigeria, if you don't fix your security, shut all our borders. We don't want anything coming to that country. We want to know who is in that country. I said, look, I'm in the United States. If I commit a crime right now, I'm not going anywhere.
No.
Airport is shut, everywhere is shut. Because before you pass through those borders, you must go through a particular security check.
That's right.
They have to check your fingers, that probably maybe someone committed crime somewhere and all of that. I said, if you don't have all of that, there will never be any development, and nobody will ever bring that development.
You know what somebody told me? They said before anyone invests in any country, okay, they have a lot of things they have to look into: political stability, corruption perception index. That is that, okay? The ease of doing business in the place, and then most importantly, security. Sure, you get now. So when you look at what Nigeria represents, Baba, you can't make clean money and pack your dollars and go to Nigeria. Baba, it's not possible. But people don't understand that.
Never. This guy cited an example. He's telling me, you can see they devalued their currency. You see all these countries. I said, each time you use any African country to compare with Nigeria, it means you guys are demented.
Honestly.
You clearly have an idea of what you're talking about. You can never use any African country to compare with Nigeria.
No.
You can never. If you can't use Dubai,
they've reduced Nigeria
you can't use all these countries.
They've reduced Nigeria to stock.
I said, if you cannot industrialize the country, how do you bring in hard-earned currency?
It's not that way.
Let me tell you something. You know the largest diesel refinery? Do you know it's being owned by Saudi Arabia in the United States?
Why would
in
they
America
own it now? Now Saudi, they always beg Saudi to stop pumping oil so that they can manage the price of crude oil all over the world. You know Saudi now, that same Saudi that the OPEC will always say they break OPEC rule. Saudi does their own things their own way, right? And they don't care how it affects the market or anywhere. They have the best of the best infrastructure when it comes to petroleum industry. Sure, you get, and all thanks to America anyway. Well, all thanks to America.
So I went there. The day I sat down, I looked at it. I said, let me even look at Nigeria's foreign investment. I don't see anyone. No. I couldn't pinpoint one. That's okay. Do you know all these countries? You know, some of them actually have hotels owned by a country. They have shares owned by a country, not individual, owned by a country. They have companies. Look, I was listening to something some time ago. You know the meter, this meter they put on the road.
Yeah.
That when you park your cars, you put coin in it.
Yes, all those parking.
It's located in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is located in Illinois, in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who owns just the company running those meters? You know who own it?
Who?
There's a company in Dubai that runs that company, that runs that meter.
Now.
How would they have
contract with them in the county, or let me say the Chicago area? It's business.
Oh my God.
As long as they can provide the service, they'll make their money. There are foreign investors in America. Why is America always going after China all the time? Because when China and their business in America, America believes that China is producing the duplicate of what is original in America. And that is dangerous to America original because of the amount of Chinese investment that goes into America every day. So America knows that if they lose guard, America economy will go bankrupt in no time.
They stop selling land to China. They stop selling like
in Nigeria. See, in Nigeria, the door is free. Everybody can walk in.
Oh
you
my
don't
God!
Call that a country. It is a jungle. But people don't agree all the time.
I keep wondering. I said, oh my! Look, I'm not a Obi supporter. I'm not nobody supporter, and I think people don't really understand that. You even though you don't support Obi.
No.
The only thing you supported was if Obi could win the election. At least it shows that we're actually moving.
It will show that in our lifetime, let's say people don't really have power to choose their leaders. Now that simply means if that happens, right? If that should happen, there are many other things that people can demand and get when these rogues are gone. But we know it's not going to happen.
But they don't really understand. They thought maybe people I said I'm not supporting Obi, but if Obi could win, clearly it shows that people actually spoke.
They have power.
Their voice was,
and that is very symbolic. It's important.
Yeah. And from there, you can start building on that. I don't have hope in that country. But at least with that, you can start saying, okay, people went out and vote. And they're able to take out this crazy guy.
We have a lot of people, we have a lot of people who felt like they are not interested in Nigeria anymore. Sure you get. But when they saw the enthusiasm of the people, the young people, the old and all that, everywhere, they started feeling like, maybe Nigeria still recover. With all these things we are witnessing and all of that, if these people should have their way, maybe Nigeria still have a chance. So I know people who felt so, but they are not 100% believing it. But somehow they are not blind. We are not, all of us are not blind. Now we saw what happened now. So there are people who started feeling like they wanted to give Nigeria one last chance. I'm like, hey, don't try it. Please don't do it. Don't do it. No, Mayegun, wait. Mayegun, watch. I said, hey, please don't do it. Don't do it. They said, no, they said want to believe. But look at it today.
It's never going to be good. As long as we have those people, it's never going to change.
See, Baba, I'll leave you. Thank you so much. Okay, you are.
I just put everything together. I don't really get to call because too many people. I said if I call you, then I get you. I'll pour out my heart.
And you just did. You've been with me now for nearly 20 minutes. That's class.
I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much for all of that. Just take it easy, Baba. We appreciate you too. So that's us now for tonight. I was gonna say we should continue, but let's leave it at this, okay? Even though the purpose of this broadcast is to try to talk directly to all of us who are silently suffering and taking in all these black taxes and all that. Support your family, support people you love, even help people, okay? But while you are doing that, don't live your life for others. Do you get that now? Don't live your life for others. If you are working, all right? For those of you who are still lucky to have your parents, what do you call? Those of you who still have parents, take care of them, okay? Do not build the mentality of you trying to take people out of poverty. You have no such power. Even if you are so rich, I mean, if you have so much money, okay, the most you can do is what? Is to support those you want to support, not to sacrifice yourself for them, because the moment the moment that money stops coming, is the moment they will stop respecting you. And I'm not taking this away from all of you who have very great families, who have amazing families, families who sold a lot, who sold everything, just to make sure that you are able to actually cross the bridge, and they expect you to pay back. Listen, there are families like that that a lot of you are very lucky to have. Hold on to them. But there's something you still must know, okay? Even at that, you just always have to remember to support them, support your family, give them all you can afford to give to them. But you need to drop that mentality of you trying to save and then lift people out of poverty by putting all the burden on yourself. Don't wait till the time that you get your fingers burnt. Don't get depression because you can't fulfill some of your heart desires. A lot of you are not happy. That's what you really wanted to do. You are still unable to do them. But all these things you are planning to do are not actually for yourself. They are for your loved ones. Let's agree to that. But trust me, you need to take care of yourself too. Okay? And I will leave it at that. And thank you to every one of you. We're going to have our regular tomorrow, okay? This one is so important, and I hope it's able to help. To those of you who are in this dilemma, right? The money that you can spare, the money that you can let go, these are the kind of money or support you give to people without hurting yourself. Don't put yourself in financial difficulty simply because you think you have a duty to save people or family from poverty. I'm going to take from my own advice too, because all of us need it. The emotion that usually kind of sweep us out of our feet like that, we must manage. To manage them. So good night. I'll see you again.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun dayari Mayebi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayebi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayebi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayebi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi #1. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Mayebi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayebi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àníyàn sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àníyàn sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà gbówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àníyàn sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àníyàn sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àníyàn sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àníyàn sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àníyàn sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.